Knicks are NBA champions. There's a lot to get to throughout this show. 888-808-1019. But let's kick it off with Ross down in Saratoga, Florida. What's up, Ross?
Hey, Ross.
That are sewed up. That's okay. Nice to talk to you guys. It's an honor. I'm a long-time listener. Grew up in New York, came to this country in 1971, but it's not about me. I mean, we fell in love with basketball. And New York City special. Growing up in Queens, every 3-4 blocks, there's a court, and you just sat there all day as a kid and just played ball. No nets, just pick up games, and didn't matter whether it was cold, hot. All you needed was a ball and the kids were always around. So,
Right.
So yeah, I mean, this is special for me. I don't remember much of 73. I was very little, but 53 years, man. It's unbelievable. And what a ride, what a run. Just a little brief personal note. I met you, Tiki, many years ago. I worked under Russell Warren for 3 years.
Get out.
When I was in, I was
Dr. Russ
resident
Warren
in-
is at HSS, Hospital for Special Surgery. He was our team
Right,
doctor
right.
for the
Yep.
entirety of my career.
right, and under Mike Alchek, who was working with the Mets.
Right.
So I was an intern resident, senior resident for 3 years at Cornell, which is right next door.
Yeah. And now you're down in Florida enjoying a Knicks victory, man. Yeah, you can't do it any better.
Well, congratulations. Let's go to JR in Somerville.
JR.
Congratulations, sir.
Did you cry, JR?
Well, I did not, which is interesting. I think it's going to happen on Thursday. But listen, it's not about fans like me who watch this team every night for a billion years, and it's really about the culture, guys. Everybody wants to bring culture to their franchises in this city, and everybody short circuits it because we run out of patience. So, shout out to the front office guys who brought in 2020. They brought in college winners, Obi Toppin, quickly, Miles Powell, all guys that were conference champions, conference players of the year. People don't talk about that.
Right.
The guys who filled the empty arenas, the Alfred Paytons, the Bullocks, R.J. Barrett, who happened to be the right pick in that draft, Julius Randle, Taj Gibson, Alex Burks, Black Jokic, Isaiah Hartenstein, the fans who called into this station, who carried the Knicks conversation throughout the years, the lean years, Omar in Brooklyn, shout out to him. The hoops factories, like Rice High School, St. Anthony's High Schools, they're shut down during that period, but they're part of the fabric of the city, the city game, the way we play hoops. The guys who fight over it, Ross just mentioned it, the guys who play pickup, the guys who fight over the next games, and they don't call fouls, and it's like, you good, ball up top. We just move, man. And it's for the people who turned on the NBA, but they came back because they saw the game played the beautiful way. No more three-pointers. We played this game in the paint. It was about paint supremacy, okay? It's a movement. It's worldwide. We probably added 100 million supporters, and there's a couple of generations of people who stopped rooting for teams and started rooting for individuals. Now we have a team for those people. We got 15 of those guys, and there's no test to be a fan, okay? This is something where, as a Knicks fan, we don't need you to prove your fandom. Evan, you are a fan. I hate to tell you. You pay for season tickets. Enjoy the championship with us. All right?
Stop it. That was a great rant. It was beautiful until you invoked my name. Okay? I am respectful. We'll have a nice conversation, but don't claim I'm a fan.
You're going to get a commemorative something.
I'm not. Well,
you're a season ticket holder,
and
bro.
I will give it to somebody who wants it.
You may not be fanatic about the New York Knicks, but you're a fan of the New York Knicks. And you know why you're a fan of the New York Knicks? Because you work at WFAN. You are a fan of the New York Knicks because for the next 3 days, 3 months, hell, 3 years, the New York Knicks are carrying your job. They are helping you do your job in a better way. And it might not manifest itself in elation during the parade on Thursday, which I think we're going to be at. But it will give you hope that your New York Jets can potentially win. It will give you hope that your New York, New Jersey, or now Brooklyn Nets could win something, right? Because you got all these Knicks picks. Eventually, they're going to get old. They're going to age out. They're going to be bad. And those draft picks who are 12 years old right now are going to help the Nets win something. You're going to point back to when the Knicks won a championship. and say, that was the reason why. That's why I had season tickets.
I'm going to show you my restraint.
Hell, even your Mets might win.
Okay. I'm going to show you
They took 2 out of 3 from the Braves.
I'm going to show you my restraint. Today's not the day for me to respond to that. There'll be a day, but it's not today. Today is about Knicks fans and celebrating. Just don't invoke me as one of you, okay? I'll be a nice caretaker. We'll talk throughout the day. I'll give you some fair analysis, but don't invoke my name. But one day this week, maybe next week, I will respond to the blasphemous stuff that you and that caller say.
You're not a fanatic. You're not a fanatic, but there is a fan word that now elicits inside of you.
I'm moving on.
The fantasy of a championship with one of your teams. It is there, Evan.
I will tell you, there was one moment during the Knicks celebration, because I watched all of it. I felt like it was the right and healthy thing to do. There was only one brief moment where I envisioned one of my teams winning, but I'll reveal that to you later.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Let's go to Ed in Melbourne. What's up, Ed?
How you doing, guys? I want to wish you, from my wife and I down here, first of all, more importantly, a very happy Father's Day this coming Sunday.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate
no problem.
that.
We love you very much. Listen, your radio station nailed it. I got 2 points to make. I got to save Sean for last, so allow me just to say a few things because I got to get to Sean. But the radio station nailed it. Benigno nailed it perfectly sequentially. He couldn't have said it any better, covering every angle of this, like the defeats and stuff until Saturday night. It was beautiful. And Gio, believe it or not, talking about being in a time tunnel when he was 11 years old, put me back when I was 11 years old when they last won, when it was Catholic grammar school, on a school night, being allowed to stay up till 1 in the morning to watch them beat the Lakers. Great stuff.
Right.
The whole station did great with this. As far as Sean goes, I have to really praise him for what he did yesterday. It brought me to tears. It moved me. I try and get through this without getting choked up. Yeah. Him sitting in a crowd of people and getting choked up for us taught me a tremendous lesson, because I know that I don't go for the Islanders or Devils or the Nets or the Yanks, but it's such a beautiful thing that he did. He had an emotion seeing his friends celebrating. It's such a mature thing that he did. And I have to say, for you 3 guys, Evan, when the Mets do win our World Series, I'll be there with you in spirit, crying. Tiki, when the Giants win another Super Bowl, same thing. Yep. And I liked your party the other night. That was beautiful. All the people, we did the same thing down here. A lot of tears and hugs.
Yep.
And Sean, last thing before I get off, before I get choked up, brother, when the Rangers win a cup, I will be there with you in spirit crying, or when Drury gets fired. Either one.
One of the two.
The latter will be first, but thank you.
And that was solid.
Now, for those that missed it, what happened? You were tearing up because of the happiness that Knicks fans were.
Yesterday.
I said it yesterday, too. I sat there in a crowd of people.
I wasn't
in a bar.
paying attention, sorry.
Some diehard Knicks fans around me, and I watched them all. I hugged them all, wished them congrats.
Right,
and I got
your friends.
Yeah, and I got choked up watching just pure happiness, and I realized that in this town, this is what I was saying, with Philadelphia and all these towns getting to celebrate something, like, man, even if it's not me that's celebrating, and obviously I'm in my pit of misery, it's nice to see New Yorkers happy about sports again.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pit New Yorkers against each other when I say this, but I felt a happiness for those that have never seen anything. You know, Gio, he talked about Gio. Gio is a Met fan. He's a Viking fan. He's a Knicks fan. And he's admitted that his fandom's taken a hit over the years.
Of course.
But being in that moment and seeing the Knicks win a title brings him back to his childhood. I look at a guy like that who's older than me, not by much, but older, and I say, he just experienced his first championship. Mm-hmm. I look at Sal Licata, who is a great Met fan. And I punched him a few times when Clifford Robinson had a game-winning tip in against the Knicks when he was with the Nets back in the day. And I thought of him, who went out actually to San Antonio, Texas, and was in person, and his football team has the biggest Super Bowl collapse of all time. And I'm like, damn, I'm happy for him. But I was not happy for guys like Chris McMonagle. I mean,
Why?
he's
That's
seen,
your boy.
He's seen 8 championships.
Yeah,
he has seen less. Like, if I counted them,
he hasn't seen Knicks championships.
I get it, but he's experienced the Yankees and the Giants.
You have to take them independently. You have to put them in separate buckets.
No, I can't do that.
You have to.
Nah, not gonna do that.
Just because they're all in one bucket for you, a similar same bucket for you, doesn't mean that everybody else feels that way.
No, but I'm putting over guys like Sal and Gio and Craig too, where this was their
first.
first.
Why do you feel less for Big Mac because he's got Yankee championships?
Because he's already got a bunch. He knows what it's like.
He's watched Knicks basketball for his entire life.
Evan, I don't know this. Look, I can't speak to Chris, but you got to realize with these championships, it's about generations, right? Like, there might be a big Giant or Yankee fan that's seen those championships, but the Knicks might have been like their main thing with their
that's
dad.
a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
where
the
like
good
maybe
point.
they don't have that loved one anymore that they can share that with it. It's like an emotional. We finally did it.
Whatever. I'm gonna tell you.
It was Chris McMonagle. his fat ass.
I don't mean to pick on him. I'm just saying, like, I get Sean showing emotion for other people. I'm just telling I had more emotion for those that lost their championship virginity.
Sean is being very empathetic. Yeah, I appreciate that, Sean.
I just look. Bottom line is this: when this week is over, nobody should ever call me a troll again. I've shaken that forever.
We'll come back with more of your calls. We're going to be very heavy speaking to the Knick fan throughout the day at 888-808-1019. But something happened in the closing minute of the Knicks Spur game that is getting no attention. That changed everything. One of the biggest screw-ups you'll ever see in finals history, and it was done by Mitch Johnson and the San Antonio Spurs. And Knick fans, you have every right to laugh about it when I explain how it went down in the final minute of Game 5 of the NBA Finals. But first, it is time for the Yankee turning point of the game. First call to correctly identify yesterday's turning point at 866-540-WFAN, 866-540-9326. You'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's. And your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, you got to check out Collars & Co. We know them from the deal they did with Mark Cuban on Shark Tank. They're behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts, and now they have the Maverick Performance Blazer. This thing is legit. Comes in all different kinds of styles, but it's always sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. You can pack it up, and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up collarsandco.com, use code Tiki for 20% off, or head up to their new store on the Upper West Side at 182 Columbus Avenue. That's collarsandco.com.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
In this portion of the program is sponsored by Ray Katina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison. It's also sponsored by the Martin Tuckman School of Management at NJIT.
Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Their expert team makes shopping easy and stress-free. One reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison for luxury driving all summer long.
The World Cup is here. NJIT's Martin Tuckman School of Management has bridged business and tech to build the ultimate digital fan hub. See how loud your city is and track fan data in real time. Be part of the game. Visit njit-worldcup.com.
Today's match day preview is presented by Fanatic Sportsbook. Download the Fanatic Sportsbook app today. Winning hits different here. A star-studded day in the World Soccer Championship as France begins their tournament in Group I against Senegal in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and Argentina will face Algeria in Kansas City. France is the second betting favorite to win it all at plus 470 and is one of the most complete teams in the tournament. They're a minus 225 favorite to win against the Senegal team that could be flying under the radar. Argentina begins their title defense as they open Group J against Algeria. Remember, Argentina lost their opening match 4 years ago. An upset will be on the minds of Algeria, who have a 10% chance to win, according to markets. This has been your official Odyssey Sports Match Day preview brought to you by Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Listen in ahead of each match day for the latest betting insights from Fanatic's all tournament long.
The world is coming to New Jersey. Celebrate with Wild Fork Foods and unite around World Cuts. Wild Fork makes it easy and affordable to bring the world's flavors to your grill. From classic American favorites to globally inspired meats and seafood sourced from 20-plus countries like Brazil, Japan, Australia, Mexico, and beyond. All ready for your grill, your game day spread, or next gathering. Shop at one of their Long Island, New York, and North Jersey locations or visit wildforkfoods.com today. Wild Fork Foods, the widest meat and seafood selection under one roof.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Ever finish cooking and realize your food didn't finish cooking? There's a smarter way. With the Chef IQ Sense, guessing is over. It's a smart thermometer that alerts your phone the moment your food is ready. So steaks hit perfect doneness, chicken stays juicy, and dinner just works. Insert the probe, choose your doneness, and relax. Because great cooking isn't luck.
Your food is ready.
It's Chef IQ. Use code RADIO at checkout to save big on ChefIQ.com. That's code RADIO at ChefIQ.com.
Continue the Jersey Shore's greatest Father's Day tradition and bring Dad to Monmouth Park Racetrack on Sunday, June 21st. All men get free admission. Enter Dad to win Leonard Skinner concert tickets. Also mark your calendar for two of summer's biggest events. Naira Betts Haskell Day, the summer's biggest party, on July 18th. Then join me, Al Dukes, at Monmouth Park on Saturday, August 15th for day one of the Surf and Turf Seafood Festival. Go to monmouthpark.com.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
866-323-7529, 250 Pele, Saddlebrook. Diana Magala, licensed in New York and New Jersey. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. You know that when your AC fails, it's the worst. Make sure that doesn't happen by contacting my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts for decades. They're my go-to techs. They've done plenty of work on my house. I trust these guys to do a great job. And by the way, if your AC unit is over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now. You'll save money and stay cooler. Go to EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
BetMGM Sportsbook is giving you the chance to win a prize every day during baseball season. Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Log in every day for your chance to win. Pick an area of the strike zone and take your swing. If you get a hit, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet. Just log into your BetMGM Sportsbook account and visit your promotions section to access the Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Swing for the fences every day with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets expire in 7 days.
Living with a chronic illness that requires IV medication? Say hello to state-of-the-art private suites for all of your infusion needs at Thrivewell Infusion, providing exceptional care, comfort, compassion, and convenience. Visit ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives, drip by drip.
The New York Knicks have reached the mountaintop for championship reaction, analysis, and celebration from every corner of the tri-state. Stay with the Fan.
A moment we will never forget. It's now time for the Corona Lime Time highlight of the night, presented by Corona. La Playa awaits.
Here comes Fox. 5 seconds remaining. Fox to Wemby. Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knicks fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
Mike Breen on ABC.
Yeah, that's a call that will live forever. You could hear it. You knew it as it was happening. You're like, that's going to be the thing we repeat 30, 40 years from now. But I got to go back a minute and a half because this is our last chance to get into the weeds of Game 5 because now it's all celebrations. It's the whole story. It's a championship. But something happened in Game 5, which again proved that Mitch Johnson and the San Antonio Spurs were not ready. And don't take that as a slight, Knicks fans. You guys were. You had a head coach who's coached in the finals. You have a roster that's experienced, maybe not the finals, but playoff runs before. And that was always going to be an advantage that you had.
You had a coach, Mike Brown, who coached in the finals.
Exactly.
And had won a couple as an assistant.
No doubt.
Elsewhere.
I think we all came away very impressed with Dylan Harper. Well, let's not forget, with 27 seconds to go, Dylan Harper missed a layup that would have tied the game. Okay? Missed it. Josh Hart grabbed the rebound and was fouled. Understand why he was fouled. It was about a 3-second difference shot to game clock. You're extending the game. You're hoping he misses free throws. Makes sense. Josh goes to the line. He makes the first free throw. It's a 3-point game. He goes to the line for his second, and he misses it. Mitchell Robinson grabbed maybe the biggest offensive rebound in Knicks history.
Except for OG's tip in at the end of game 4.
That's true. Yeah, we'll have to debate which one was bigger. But here's the thing. The shot clock goes to 14. There was 21 seconds left in the game, which means at this point, the San Antonio Spurs would have been better off playing defense.
Right.
Because if they get a stop, they get the ball back down by 3. Instead, Mitch Johnson is screaming, foul, foul, foul.
Right.
To which they foul, and then OG goes to the line and makes both of them.
You know what's worse than that?
Fouling Mitch?
Not fouling Mitch. He was convinced that the shot was going down, so he's waiting to draw up the next play. And instead of foul Mitch, he's just foul.
But I don't know if he understood the rule. Yeah. And look, I love Mike Breen. Mike Breen is the best. I thought he gets an A+ for this NBA Finals. Listen to his call on this. He messed it up too.
That one too strong. Robinson the rebound. Back out to shot it. Now they have to foul. And a foul. Mitchell Robinson with one of the biggest offensive rebounds in Knicks history.
One of the biggest offensive rebounds in NBA history right there.
Now, the shot clock was at 14. It doesn't go back to 24.
Right.
So tell me if I'm wrong strategic-wise. They shouldn't have fouled, and they didn't have to foul.
So, I don't know. So it's a 3-point game at that point,
yes.
Right? Do you have to foul?
No. You can play defense.
You can play defense, but if you now have if they make the bucket, so it's a 5-point game.
Game's over.
Then the game's over.
Well, but he makes the free throws.
And you didn't give yourself a chance for 2 possessions.
I understand
so
that.
I think it depends on how I think about it. If you're going to play great defense and prevent them from scoring, fantastic. You have a chance. You have a possession to go score. But if you're looking at it from a possession standpoint, meaning we want to try to win, you foul right away.
Yeah, but if you're
so
fouling,
it gives you 2 possessions potentially.
But you're also relying on the Knicks missing free throws. That's what you're doing by fouling. You are saying down by 3, I need them to miss a few.
The Knicks did not acquit themselves very expertly down the stretch making free throws.
Well, OG ended up making 3 of 4. He missed that first one,
right.
But remember, he made the 2
yes.
after the Mitch foul. I just disagree with it, and I wonder if Mitch Johnson knew. I don't think he was aware of the shot clock being at 14. So it's one of those things as a Knicks fan that you can laugh about and say, whatever, we won. But I thought it was like your final example that Mike Brown and the New York Knicks were ready for the moment, and Mitch Johnson and the San Antonio Spurs were not.
That's true. And that's kind of understandable. Now, he's been an assistant for San Antonio under Pop for a lot of years. I think 7 years, maybe even 8. So he knows this team. He knows the mechanisms, but making those decisions in real time are hard. Right? Think about any NFL head coach who has never been an NFL head coach. They screw that up. They screw up the time management thing all the time, even if they're very versed on it or have assistants that are helping them do it. So we shouldn't be surprised that Mitch Johnson in real time wasn't the best in those moments and got grossly outcoached by Mike Brown in the NBA final.
No question. You said it before the series. We'll check in on our pre-finals predictions, but you said the Knicks have a big advantage at coach, partially because of the experience. Doesn't mean Mitch Johnson can't get there eventually, and I think that completely turned out to be the case. 888-808-1019. Mike is in the Bronx. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, man, Tiki, how are you? I appreciate taking my call.
Pleasure, man.
First, before I make my point, I would like to say that when you don't win for 53 years, the fan, the way they experience it is going to be different. Like Joe talked about yesterday about burying the ghost.
Right.
For me, the age of 30, it's not as much burying a ghost. There's not too many ghosts. It's basically burying the garbage.
I like that.
I like to talk about what this team advantage was, and I never seen a team win the championship from the podium as much as this team did. With the age of social media and the media all over the place, they kept the consistency and had each other's back and never attacked each other ever on any podcast or on the podium, as opposed to the teams that played them, which absolutely collapsed on the podium. You spoke about Game 1 with Harper and Fox. The Knicks had the same thing happen, Game 1 Eastern Conference Finals with Hart and Shamet, and Hart said, hey, that's on me, I got to play better.
Right.
And all they said was 0-0, we have to, and all these teams are saying we're really better, and hey, we're good, we don't, and it just had a window into this team, the way this team is built, which is not like the NBA, which is, pamper your players and whatever, they're talented, just let them do what they want, versus what the Knicks were, and they listened to their coach. Their coach was in charge. Whoever he said to play, that was right. And I think the NBA better look at, how they're constructing their cultures within, because I think it showed the rottenness of the rest of the league versus the Knicks, and what a good
Mike,
reason why the Knicks won.
It's a good call, man. And I think just to tamp that down to one word, is mature. And the biggest thing you saw, contrast between the Knicks and the Spurs, was maturity. Now, part of it's Dylan Harper's 20 years old. He's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama is 22 years old. He is a stud, and he's going to be even better of a stud as soon as he grows the hell up. But the thing that this Knicks team has is like the perfect level of maturity and conviction to get anything done on any given night.
I think he's right about 90% of what he said. The only part, and honestly, I differ because I'm in that spot where I'm watching a team that has to be built from scratch, and I got to remind you, the Knicks are unique. You said it at the top of the show.
It's not replicable.
I don't think you can look at the Knicks and say, okay, let's do that. Mm-hmm. Like, ultimately, you know what teams that are bad need to do? I'm going to leave just any bad team need to do. They need talent. They need good players.
And good. Look, the Spurs have talent.
Yes.
But their best player, and Victor Wembanyama, can't create on his own.
Hold on, what is he?
He's a cocky ass.
Thank you, Tiki.
He's also that. And by the way, I think that'll go away as he matures after he gets humbled like he just did by the New York Knicks. But eventually, how's he doing what Jalen Brunson does? Like, how is he scoring 45 points in a game if teams have big-bodied big men who can keep him out of the post or can drag him out of the post? Like, how is he scoring 40 in a game that matters the most? Whereas Jalen Brunson, he said it after the game, Victor Wembanyama. He said, I wish I had control like Jalen Brunson has control over the things that happen on this team. He just doesn't, and he won't, because that's not how the NBA is played anymore.
Our last caller did make a brilliant point. You could see this throughout this run. The Knicks always said the right things.
Yeah, true.
They'd win a crazy game and say it's still 0-0. They kept themselves grounded. And he's also right about internal issues. There were internal issues. We examined it throughout the regular season when Mike Brown was calling out Karl-Anthony Towns, and Karl-Anthony Towns was very passively, aggressively bitching back. But for the most part, outside of those public comments that Brown and Towns made, it was all kept behind the scenes.
Yes, it was.
And they figured it out behind the scenes. Same thing with this roster. And so it's not that everything was hunky-dory. I'm sure more will come out as the story is written about the 2026 Knicks, but they handled it like grown-ups.
Yeah, but
and maturity is the right
Let's
word.
also not forget the Cat, for at least a month, maybe even more, probably thought he was getting traded.
Yeah, it was on the table.
And so he didn't want to go anywhere. So, of course, he was grumpy and mercurial and like,
but he bought in.
But he bought in.
And now you can tell they're as close as ever.
Right.
But the warning, not that you should care about it. I guess I care about it because I happen to root for a crappy team.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the Knicks are a team that you can just replicate. This is unique. Look at the last bunch of championships. They're all built differently.
Because what superstar? Because Jalen Brunson is a superstar, is taking $100+ million less than he's worth.
That's another great point.
See, honestly,
nobody. They're taking every last dime.
They're taking every single dime that they can, and it's like, all right, whatever. We suck, but I got mine. I'm making $80 million a year.
And ultimately, Jalen Brunson turned out to be everything you could have dreamt of. He's a superstar player, has become a superstar player.
Yes.
Opportunity kind of helped him in that regard. And B, he talks a humble game. And he acts a humble game.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a chance as a bad team to get a superstar, no matter how non-humble he is, you're still going to get the superstar. Right? You still need talent. So I think what the Knicks did is so special and unique, and I don't think other franchises are going to be able to replicate it. Let's go to Sean in Stamford, Connecticut. Hey, Sean.
Hi. How's it going this morning?
All's well.
Okay.
Well, I want to piggyback on something you said, Evan, that how the Knicks were down 30% of the time.
Yeah.
But to add to that, you have to consider the 28% of the time when they're leading were the 20% that mattered most. No. And to go further, that Jalen Brunson can do something that one Leon could not do. He can close a game.
No question about it. Don't take that stat as a negative.
Yeah, that's just a fact.
It's actually more of a positive because it shows you kind of what your last point is, that the Knicks just flat out knew how to win.
Mm-hmm.
I sat there on Saturday night. It was the one tweet I put out during the game where I felt like as soon as the Knicks took a lead, it was over. Right. And that should not be the case when you're on the road.
Yeah, I don't even think it was the Knicks took a lead. Once it got down to inside of 5, it was like, you know where this is going.
You could have done that too. You could have said, once it's within 3,
right.
Once it's a one-possession game, this thing is over. And it's to the point that Jalen Brunson was the best closer on the floor by far.
Yep.
And the Knicks just flat out knew how to win. It reminded me, and I had to look it up just out of curiosity, the Mets. That's right, the Mets. World Series loss in 2015. And I bring it up, Tiki, because it felt like the Mets led in most of those games. And remember, they only won 1, kind of like the Spurs. They lost in 5. And baseball's very different. So I looked it up. How many innings did the Mets lead versus how many did they trail? And it is not that far off from the Knicks stat. Again, the Knicks trailed for 72% of game action, and they won 4 out of 5. I'm going to take the innings that were tied and throw them away because in baseball, there's a lot of tied innings. Of the innings where a team had a lead, the Mets led the Royals in 24 of 37 innings, and they lost 4 out of 5.
Wow.
And so it reminded me of that from the other end where, great, the Mets had leads. Doesn't matter. You got to close them out. And the New York Knicks, in this series specifically, they were Mariano.
Yeah.
They were Mariano. If this thing is close late, they're going to find a way.
Yeah, the question,
and they did it.
Yeah, the question is from the standpoint, because I'm looking at the stat, is to me this stat says 23%, 23.6% they led, so 76.4 they trailed.
Yeah, it's the ties that kind of other percentage.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So the non whatever either way. But was this the Knicks making the Spurs choke, or was this the Spurs just not being good enough?
I think it's a combo of everything. Look, the negative was the Knicks trailed in every game. They trailed by double digits in the first quarter of every game. But that's a negative.
But it also, it's funny because that cliche is exactly why most people don't like the NBA.
Just watch the last 2 minutes.
Yes. Yes. The Knicks typified the cliche of the NBA.
Yeah, don't say that.
I'm not, but I'm just telling you. It's just, if you're not a Knicks fan, they were down by 12 and 15 and 18 in the first half. Okay, who cares? All I got to do is watch the last 5 minutes of the game.
But you know what the difference is? Like if every game was it's differently each time.
By the
like
way,
Knicks
that's not the case.
No.
That's absolutely. But I'm saying if you were a casual observer from afar,
right,
just kind of like, whatever. I don't care about the Knicks. I don't care about San Antonio either way. Anyway, it's the finals. I'll take a gander at it. Like you didn't pay attention to any of the negative, like the deficits. You didn't care about it.
Well, you knew
because you knew that the Knicks were coming back.
But I don't think that was, to me at least, about the NBA more than it was about the Knicks. The fact that they were never out of a game. It wasn't like they had big leads and blew it.
Right.
It was a one-way street.
Right.
It was always the route.
The difference is these big leads were kind of just unprecedentedly big. You're talking almost 20 points every game.
And also
one that was almost 30.
Double digits in the first quarter of every game.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is a testament to the veteran nature of this Knicks team. And
veteran nature meaning they're older and it takes them time to get their shots right?
No, I didn't even mean that.
But that's what it felt like.
I meant they've been there before. Like, think about the battle-tested nature of every core member of this roster.
But why are they such slow starters?
That one I can't answer. Jalen had the joke after the game. We didn't know the start time or whatever his joke was. Like, I don't know. I don't have a reason for that. Maybe it's the young ignorance, athleticism of the Spurs. They come out on fire and whatever. But the Knicks just, experience matters. Look, I thought the Spurs were never going to get to the finals because of lack of experience. They obviously proved me wrong.
Right.
They were sitting there in the NBA Finals. But the Knicks experience, even last year, losing to the Pacers may have been the best thing that ever happened to them. As crazy as that sounds, I guess it's easy to say it now.
Right.
It's almost like on the opposite end, I hate to say this to Sean, the Red Sox losing to the Yankees in brutal fashion in 2003 was the best thing that ever happened to them. In a weird way, because it allowed them to come back and overcome the ultimate of adversities, being down 3-0. And in the moment, you don't feel that. You can't say that. But now that we've got the grander picture, Tyrese Halliburton needed to happen. It needed to happen. Because who knows if we're sitting here talking about the Knicks as champions if that doesn't happen.
You're probably right. Unless they doesn't happen, the Knicks end up losing in the finals, and it rallies them to come back and win the finals.
I guess you're right. You could create all these different fictitious.
No, they skipped a step.
Yeah.
Right. I guess you're right. Let's go to Scott in Jackson, New Jersey. What's up, Scott?
Yeah, no, a couple of points I'd like to make. If you give me a sec. First, I mean, part of the thing with the Spurs could have been, you heard it on the podcast, they look gas. And that's a testament to someone with Mike Brown, who deserves all the credit in the world taking his job with all the pressure it was. How many times when the Knicks were blowing people out did he sit the starters in the fourth quarter? That never would have happened under Thibodeau.
Yep.
The second point I want to make, and I'll let you guys, and I'll get off. When Stephen A. Smith and everybody was talking about all the things the Knicks had to go through, all the disappointments, and he cited the 2019 draft when we lost out on Zion and Ja Morant. That wound up being a blessing because we picked up R.J. Barrett, who we packaged her quickly, and got OG Anunoby, who we never would have made that trade, and we don't win this series without OG.
You're right.
So
You're right. You're right. It's so, I find it fun and cathartic to do redrafts and almost analyze, would you have been better off with this or that or this or that, or if you won the lottery or didn't win the lottery. 2019 was brutal. You have a horrible season. You're tanking on purpose. You are dreaming of Zion Williamson. And if it's not Zion, it's Ja Morant. And looking at the way their careers have gone.
So far.
Which
has not been phenomenal.
You were better off picking third, getting a solid player in R.J. Barrett who had enough value for you to turn around and make the mega deal for OG Anunoby. So you're right. It's the beauty of history, right?
Competency in the front office. That's what that is.
Yeah, but
you didn't see it in real time because they felt small moves.
Well, also, Leon Rose didn't draft R.J. Barrett.
Yeah.
He inherited R.J. Barrett.
Good point.
He was the one to make that trade for OG Anunoby. And when you look at the way this roster was built, it is fascinating to go through all the moves that they made because this is not a team that got lucky in the lottery. This is not a team that had it handed to them the way the Spurs had it handed to them.
Right. This is why I say it's not replicable because to find this perfect combination of players is not easy. They all understand. They're mature enough. They've been through some positives, some negatives, and have a coach who's been through exactly the same, but is experienced enough and coached in the finals with a legend, obviously in LeBron James, that he knows what this moment is all about. He knows that he has to be able to adjust, or he's going to die. And the confluence of things that happened, it's hard to replicate that because most teams want to race to the bottom and go find the next star. the next
or
Wemby, or the
get
next
the
whoever,
superstar in free agency,
or get him in free agency.
I mean,
but that doesn't always work.
Of course not.
I mean, the Knicks did that for years.
But you know what's funny? They did do it this time. They got Jalen Brunson in free agency,
but not the superstar.
Right? We didn't know he was a superstar.
Yes,
it was the guy that you least expected. But yeah, I think the way this team was built is fascinating. Like, it's not a homegrown, we drafted team.
Yeah.
It's not a, hey, let's sign this obvious superstar and that obvious superstar and create a super team. It is just smart, calculated moves.
Right.
And when you go by it piece by piece, which we'll do at some point today and tomorrow, it's actually a masterclass by Leon Rose. Now, believe it or not, Sean will remind us, there actually was baseball over the weekend.
There was, and this Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Ben Rice hit a tie-breaking home run in the ninth. Jose Caballero followed up with a 3-run bomb of his own. And the Yankees won a series in Toronto yesterday. How about that? 8-3 win. The Yankees stand alone today in first place in the AL East. The Mets, meanwhile, 3-for-5 day from A.J. Ewing, including a home run. They beat the Braves 8-1. Take a series from Atlanta very quietly this weekend. They're 5.5 out of the wild card. And oh yeah, the Jets, they signed Joe Tipman to a 4-year extension. He goes from the yips to yippee with a lot of cash in his bank account.
With that said, I think the Yankee turning point is pretty straightforward. You touched on it, a tie-breaking home run by Ben Rice. Want to go with it?
Of course. He mashed that thing, too.
Let's hear it. The
Man,
turning point.
Carefully taking his lead at second, 3-2 here to Rice. One out. And a pitch from Fisher. Swing on deep drive, right field. That ball is climbing, and goodbye. 2-run homer, Ben Rice. Yankees have a 5-3 lead. Hey now, here in Toronto.
Hey now!
And do we start to have the discussion?
Ben Rice is the MVP.
Ben Rice, king of New York.
No.
Well,
But the MVP is something that you have to think about.
yes. No, I think he's definitely in that discussion.
I said it a month and a half ago.
No, you're right. He's definitely in it. Speaking of the King of New York, obviously that's become official. We will hear from both the mayor of New York City and Mike Breen, who made it official that Jalen is the King of New York. Plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. And yes, how did we all do with our NBA Finals predictions? We will check in. Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves like you do. Windorama keeps the Northeast's largest in-stock selection of Anderson windows, patio doors, and storm doors ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They build them in-house to keep your job on track. And with Rama Rewards for pros, earn up to 2% back, plus perks like free delivery. Windorama for pros, your job, your deadline, your team. Visit windorama.com/4-pros to learn more.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
With the NBA season over and the New York Knicks champions, we can look ahead to this summer and this offseason. 8 days from today, next Tuesday, is the NBA draft, and the Milwaukee Bucks on record saying they would like for Giannis Antetokounmpo's future to be settled by then. So I think it's going to be likely that Giannis gets traded at some point in the next 7 days. It feels like the Boston Celtics, the top team to watch. I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The final round is here and both teams are set, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. Last week, New York was trading at 53% to beat San Antonio, meaning a $100 trade could pay out over $180 if they take the title. Want to know where they're at today? Check Kalshi. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. As the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get a $10 credit when you trade $10. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contact trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, value, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. $10 free credit with no expiration. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
You can never have too many tools. Shop DeWalt deals at Lowe's. Get a free Select DeWalt 20-volt max power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery kit. Plus, get a free additional DeWalt 20-volt max 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a DeWalt 10-inch 20-volt max dual-bevel compounded miter saw. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, June 20th, as we celebrate Aaron Judge winning the 2025 American League Most Valuable Player Award. It's Aaron Judge MVP Bobblehead Day, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a special bobblehead commemorating Judge's MVP season. The Yankees take on the Cincinnati Reds Saturday, June 20th. Get your tickets now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Hi, it's Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuckit. Still need Father's Day gifts? There's still time. Head to your nearest Untuckit store to find the perfect presents he'll wear over and over. He'll love to unwrap wrinkle-free cotton to save him time in the morning, performance stretch styles he never has to iron, polos for golf and more, not to mention digital gift cards that deliver instantly. There's still time to nail Father's Day. Get gift cards at untuckit.com or head to one of our 80-plus stores nationwide. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
This summer, luxury comes in threes. 3 premier destinations: Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Catena of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union. 3 reasons to drive Mercedes-Benz: the versatile GLC, the refined GLE, and the Ray Catena experience, where the customer always comes first. Wherever summer takes you, discover luxury SUVs built for every journey. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Catena of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union, or go to RayCatenaMercedes.com. 3 locations, triple luxury, 1 unforgettable summer.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose, so learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov. From New Jersey Human Services.
I don't need to tell you, New Yorkers are paying more for everything. Rent, utilities, groceries, every single month. The office that's supposed to protect us is on the sidelines. I'm Raj Goyal. As an ACLU lawyer, I fought for the people against powerful interest every single day. Now I'm going to be your affordability watchdog. I'll take the pension fund out of the greedy hands of Wall Street and put it back into affordable housing, holding utility companies accountable and auditing waste and fraud.
Raj Goyal, affordability watchdog for Comptroller.
Paid for by Raj Goyal for New York State Comptroller.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible. But Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. If you own a business, you've heard it all. From fast funding to easy approvals, everyone says the same thing. LendSeek is different. We show you what you actually qualify for. LendSeek's AI-enabled platform matches you with funding options with no guesswork. Up to $5 million in as fast as 24 hours. If you've been in business over a year, doing at least $50,000 per month, apply for free with zero out-of-pocket costs and access to over 100 lenders. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LendSeek.com.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
Hey, New York! I'm sorry it took so long, but here we are, and hopefully it won't take that long again.
New York York has its title. The 2026 NBA champion New York Knicks. For complete championship coverage, insight, reaction, and everything orange and blue, stay with the Fan. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
2.5 years ago, on a very slow sports day in the middle of February, I revealed information that City Hall has this private ranking system where they have sports kings of the city. And I revealed on that show 2.5 years ago that very quietly Jalen Brunson had surpassed Aaron Judge. Unfortunately, that hacky discussion, it's occurred for 2.5 years to the point where last year we had a station-wide vote. Aaron Judge won. And for the entire summer, we had to refer to Aaron Judge as King Judge. The other night, when the New York Knicks won an NBA title, it became official, not just by me reporting it 2.5 years ago or the station arguing about it endlessly. It became official when two specific people made it an announcement that Jalen Brunson is the king of New York City. Let's start off with Mike Breen and his partner, Richard Jefferson.
He will be the king of New York for the rest of his life.
And rightfully so. He deserved it. He earned it.
Now, Mike took it a step further for the rest of his life. I don't know if that's true. I guess that's the new debate. But Mike Breen, Richard Jefferson, the king of New York. But to make it really official, yesterday, Tiki Barber asked the mayor himself, Mayor Mamdani, is Jalen Brunson officially the king of New York City?
Absolutely. There is no question in my mind or in the minds of any New Yorker. Jalen Brunson is the king of New York.
So it is official. So the debate has ended.
Why do you look so sad over there, Sean?
I'm not sad. It is what it is.
That was, you got hand on chin, leaning,
Tiki,
like smug little whatever look on your face. Like,
Tiki,
why are you so despondent?
I'm covered in cake. I smell like regret in the Knicks. And I'm sitting here and have to now, I'm anticipating Evan asking me for the 14th time in 38 hours to declare Brunson the king of New York. I'm not going to do it again. It's over.
No. You've already declared him the king of New York. The debate is over.
It's forever. That's the question.
Yeah, I think that the follow-up is, I don't think Aaron Judge can take it away from him. Like, I don't think him winning the World Series is literally going to take the crown off. So I think, unfortunately, this isn't some temporary thing. You're going to have to live with this for a long time.
It's very easy to say in the aftermath. Get us to October when the streets are partying for the Yankees, then we'll see. Okay?
Okay. And we'll reevaluate.
And let's not make this anti-Brunson.
You're so like, I don't know, downer.
I'm not a downer.
Just buy in, man. Accept the king.
Why does everybody want blood from me?
They just want you to get on your knees and bow down to the king.
I've done enough. I'm not going to bow down, first of all. I've done enough.
He's the king.
I mean, he is the tribal chief.
Guy turned the ball over 53 times in the final.
You're bowing down to Aaron Judge for whatever, and he didn't win a championship.
I think that there is a moment, maybe not today, but you will have to get on your knees and ask forgiveness from your king. I don't know what day that is. I'm not sure. Maybe it's at the parade. I'm not sure.
I clapped for the guy. How much more do you want from me?
What if I tell you his mom's a Giant fan?
Oh.
I'd be great.
Oh.
There you go. She's a Giant fan.
There it is.
All right. Can she help them win a Super Bowl?
We'll check in on how we did with our finals predictions coming up in a few minutes. But let's get back to you. 888-808-1019 is the number. Let's go to Corey in Queens. Hey, Corey.
What's up, Corey?
Hey, guys. Good to speak to you guys.
Likewise.
It's one thing I want to say to Evan, one thing I want to say to Tiki. Evan, I think low-key, even though you're on a coalition of the Knicks haters, I think you hate the Knicks, but you like this team. But you can't say it out loud because your coalition will kidnap you.
I will say this. First of all,
that's a good point, Corey. I think you're right.
The coalition of Knick haters congratulates all Knick fans. We are bitter and angry and jealous, but we offer our congratulations. I will admit that you are right. The Knicks have a very likable team. Jalen Brunson is a likable superstar. OG Anunoby, the only guy not likable on your team is Josh Hart. Everyone else, incredibly likable.
Why is he not likable?
Wow.
He is likable. He's the grinding guy.
Because he bullied Mikal Bridges into wanting to be a Knick. That's why.
But I got to tell Tiki this. While I got him.
Go ahead.
Okay, Tiki, I happen to be blessed to have a twin.
Oh, get out. Love it.
Yes, indeed. And both of us are bald-headed with stocky build. And I hope my family's not listening to this. In 2004, we went to Las Vegas.
Uh-oh.
And let's just say a lot of women think they had a night with Rondé and Tiki.
Okay, then, Corey, you're welcome.
Wow. You got him hooked up.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's got to be a great honor.
It wasn't me, like Shaggy. It wasn't me.
Plausible deniability.
Caught me on the shower. It wasn't me.
Let's go to Rick in Queens. What's up, Rick?
Hey guys, remember last week I told you I had a dream?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I got 2 points to make. There was nothing like honestly seeing everybody, black, white, all kinds of just partying, hugging, and kissing. Honestly, goodness, I wish New York could be like that all the time.
Agreed.
And point number 2, Tiki. Now I may have it on you a little bit because I got to say this: you are my favorite sports star, and I don't know, like, for instance, for me being able to call you up, like, I don't know if you were able to do that with whoever you, like, admired as your sports star or other callers out there like that. So the idea that I can call you up, kind of laugh, kid around, whatever the case is, that is something really, really cool.
That's why I love what I do, Rick. It's why I love what I do. People want to talk about my football career. I've been doing this for much longer.
Even if you didn't call the funeral home for me, and you cost me $1,000 for a tennis bracelet,
right.
But I love you, and honest to goodness, and you're cool in my book too. Okay, thank God we won it.
Yeah, no doubt. We appreciate you, Rick.
Congratulations. Let's go to Mike in Cranford. What's up, Mike?
Hey guys, really love the show. Evan and Sean, I was thinking about you. Part of me, although I love the Knicks winning. If they had gone to Game 6 and the NBA had to make a decision in the offices about that Wemby play, what would Game 6 have been like, them making that decision? They would have had to have made a decision and have no Wemby in the game on Tuesday night.
So it would have been the typical closeout for the Knicks in this postseason. They had won by 40.
So for those that missed it, and this is where I came very close to one of my greatest predictions. When we left on Friday, I said the Knicks are going to lose Game 5. Obviously, I was wrong. But Wemby's going to commit a flagrant and be ineligible to play in Game 6 because he was one flagrant point away from an automatic suspension. He committed a flagrant that was not called.
Yes.
Jalen Brunson made a 3. Wemby did not give him the proper landing space.
In fact, it looked like, and the video is slowed down, it looked like he was looking to put his foot underneath Jalen's foot.
It was bad, and it's a call
it looked intentional.
It's a call that should have been made, but they never called it on the floor. Which means the only way they were going to ever upgrade that to a flagrant is by looking at it in the 2 days that they had before making an announcement to Game 6, which is what he's referring to. What would the league office have done? It's a great question. I kind of lean towards them saying no, because they said no.
They would have had to.
Tiki, he threw Brunson to the ground and they said no.
But
why is that different?
They deemed that not a flagrant.
But it was.
But they deemed it not a flagrant because it was subjective. Victor Wembanyama, objectively, there is no subjectivity in it. Like, I don't really see his foot sliding under Jalen Brunson's landing foot. Objectively, he committed a flagrant foul. There is no way they could have allowed him.
I don't know.
I'm just telling you.
I don't know.
We'll never know because Adam Silver now does not have to answer that question.
No. He does because he'd be. Well, I guess he wouldn't be suspended for next year. I was thinking he would miss opening night, but I guess not. It's for this season.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. His points restart after the season's over. The season's over. His points restart.
Damn it! I wish we did have an answer to that.
He would not have played in Game 6. He would not have played in Game 6. And if they didn't, then you need to get rid of the rule. So allow ankles to be broken. Allow careers to be ruined because you want to protect a 7'4" alien who's a jerk.
He's a cocky ass.
And doesn't know how to play clean basketball because he gets beat up. He wants to beat everybody else up. He's dirty as hell.
He's cocky ass.
Cocky ass Wemby. Tiki said it first.
God, that's my favorite.
Cocky ass Wemby. Tiki said it first.
You know what? Ironically, I do think he's going to turn into a great NBA player.
Well,
and he might be loved at some point. He is immature right now. And until he learns to respect the game that he's playing, people are going to say you deserve to lose.
I remember mid last week, we made a long-term prediction on how many championships he'll win because I think it is so lazy for people to continuously say, oh, he's going to win plenty. He's going to win plenty. It's the NBA. Winning championships is not easy.
No, especially in today's NBA where parity is it's space.
Sure. Staying healthy is not easy.
Right.
So I took the side of he'll get one and it'll be late in his career. Mm-hmm. And by the way, speaking of which, keep it in mind. We have a lot of traditions here at Evan and Tiki. And one of the traditions we have when a championship has been crowned is to predict next year's championship the day after it happened. So a little bit later on in the program, in fact, at the very end of the show, we will make our 2027 NBA Finals picks. But I thought of a lot of people on Saturday night. In fact, I texted a lot of people on Saturday night. And one of the guys I was very happy for is this guy. During football season, you'll hate him. And that is, of course, Al Cintron. Al, are you going to cry for us because of all the emotion you have over seeing the New York Knicks win an NBA title? Because if so, go ahead.
I already did, and I cried a little this morning as well. But I got something I got to get off my chest. Evan, give me a minute, please. Ready? We are the champions, Evan Roberts. The Knicks keep on fighting to the end. F those draft picks. F Wemby's cocky ass. No time for losers. The Knicks are the champions of the NBA world. There you go.
Nicely done, Al. Nicely done.
Get the hell out of here now. Goodbye. Jesus. Why do I have to hear about the draft picks? Why I got to get that?
Because you couldn't stop talking about the draft picks when it happened. This is your fault. If you would have just said, yeah, you know what, great for the draft picks, we'll see what happens. Instead, you Net fans were 5 draft picks for Mikal Bridges. He's never going to be worth that. What are you doing? He sucks. Good riddance. Wow, we stole it. We won this. Let's not even play a game. We can evaluate. We won this draft. Yeah, not so sure about that.
That's your invitation of the haters?
Yes, that's the invitation of all you Net fans out there.
Well, keep this in mind about Mikal Bridges, and he knows
this. And you know you all did that.
No. Yes,
Thank you.
Forget Net fans. Forget the 612 that are left of us. Knick fans spent a lot of time bitching about the trade, too.
It's true.
And it wasn't about the Nets. It was about, hey, is this player worth the treasure trove of draft picks?
Yeah.
That was the question. And I think that luckily when you win a championship, and I declared once you got to the finals, the discussion over, because I think getting to a championship, getting to a finals, getting to a Super Bowl, getting to a World Series is enough to say, hey, that trade was worth it. Right. We had that discussion about Soto. I had it about Yoenis. But obviously when you win a championship, you could give up 5 more picks.
Right. I'm trying to remember what my reaction was in real time, and I don't think I really had one. But looking back on it, the present value of some 12-year-olds right now, Mikal Bridges is so much more worth that simply because of what he brings.
It's not about the 12-year-olds. See, I think you're it's about what you could have gotten instead. It was never about that. It was not about them kids or them picks.
Okay, but what could you have gotten instead?
Well, you know what this was about. You know who it was about.
There's no failure in sports.
It was about Giannis.
Yeah.
That was look, the answer's been made. You guys won. It doesn't matter. But it was Knick fans who debated amongst themselves, was this worth it? Was it smart? But it wasn't about the picks. It was about who they could have gotten instead. And that's who we're talking about.
There's no failure in sports.
We talk about the whole checkers chess thing. This is why Leon Rose is playing. We can clarify that he's playing checkers or playing chess as opposed to checkers, which Knick fans in their minds were saying. Because in your head, you want Giannis. But what does Giannis do when your primary ball handler, your primary scorer is Jalen Brunson? So you need to protect him and accent him. I don't know if Jalen Brunson and Giannis will work well together. I don't know, especially because Jalen Brunson's liability is defense. So what do? You go get some big, long-ass wings who can help you defensively while Jalen Brunson does what Jalen Brunson does offensively. So you go get OG, you go get Mikal Bridges. Obviously, Cat wasn't expected to be that great of a defender, but he ultimately, under Mike Brown, when he was coached the right way, turned into a really good defender. And so you built your team smart. You didn't build your team on this is the best 5 in the NBA.
Speaking of Giannis, and I have to say this because I was cracking up all Saturday night thinking about this.
Yeah.
So obviously Jalen scores 45, a historic closeout performance by Jalen Brunson.
Right.
So
Only Michael Jordan has done that, 45 in a closeout game and in the NBA Finals.
No, that's incorrect because there's somebody
he was the
else.
last one that did it.
No, that's still incorrect.
Who did?
Exactly. I found it comical that nobody remembers that Giannis Antetokounmpo in Game 6 of the NBA Finals against the Phoenix Suns scored 50.
Wow.
And nobody remembers.
Why don't we? Was it a blowout?
No, it was a close game, and it was Game 6. I don't think anyone remembers.
I don't remember that game at all.
It was July 20th. Remember, the season got pushed back, so I think that's a part of it. It's the middle of the summer.
Yeah, but still, it was the NBA Finals,
I
dude.
think that in the post-pandemic world, a lot of people were checked out. I know I didn't watch.
This
for
was
personal
this
reasons.
was 21?
This is 21.
Yeah.
But Giannis Antetokounmpo scoring 50 in a closeout game, I will argue, is the most forgettable performance in the history of sports. And I feel bad because he did great. It's not his fault. But,
I can't picture a play in that game. I'm serious.
I believe it's the lowest rated NBA Finals closeout game of the last 15 years.
Besides the real pandemic.
The real pandemic, yes. That one gets put to the
Those
side.
2 years took a hit, 20 and 21.
That was the bubble one. And
exactly.
So
that was up against Sunday Night Football.
But that one's memorable because it was like, dude, these dudes are in a bubble, like partying it up.
Right.
And guys are sneaking out to go to strip clubs.
But when they
wings,
Tiki,
right? All these that's you remember it because it was weird.
But they clinched up against an NFL Sunday Night Football game.
Yeah, but I mean, you still paid attention to it because it was unique. We were getting used to watching.
So then,
everything
why
in the
does
bubble.
no one remember that Giannis dropped 50 in a closeout game?
That is interesting, dude.
I know.
I had when you said it, I had zero recollection.
Nobody does. Like literally, when they popped it on the screen real quick, I am sure 90% of America was like, "Excuse me." Speaking of a trivia question,
wow.
And this is the day.
Well, now you know. Now we know.
Now you know. I'm going to give you another one that you're going to know. Because this is the trivia question of 50 years from now. I'm not going to give it to you, and I don't want you to look it up. I want you to think about it.
Okay.
And we'll address it in a few minutes. Name the 5 Knicks on the floor when they won the NBA championship.
Well, Jalen Brunson was not one of them.
Exactly. Jalen Brunson was not one of them.
This is why Mike Brown was the best coach in the NBA.
Because he knew how to switch out offense and defense.
Dude, you saw it with Karl-Anthony Towns. I mean, not Karl-Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
He puts him in. He goes, does what he does. Timeout.
Yep.
Before he can get fouled, come sit down. Like, I'm going to get my guys who can shoot on the court. Like, he did it over. They didn't talk about it on the broadcast.
Right.
But it was happening.
Oh, no doubt.
And so it was Jalen Brunson was not on.
We'll answer the trivia question in a few minutes. Chris in Lindenhurst. Hey, Chris.
Hey guys, how you doing, man?
What's up?
I got a lot. Let's see if I can get it all in one time. First, the first person I want to thank in all of this is Evan. He texted me the minute the game was over, congratulating me. That is pure class, and I thank you for that, my friend.
Chris, I made a list. I was joking about this on the air, but it was true. I made a list of people that I knew I would text as soon as it was final. And I tried to fire it off immediately because I was depressed. And you were definitely on it. You're a good Knicks fan, and I congratulate you.
Look, I appreciate it. Evan, I've said for years that always the best radio is when Evan is pissed off, dribble, fat. But I've changed. This whole euphoria, and that's what this is, it's euphoria, has made it that I want Evan and all the other fans who are not Knicks fans to experience this at some point in their life. You have to. Living in this area, it's not easy. All the stress that we all have every day just to survive in the New York area. This lifted so much off the weight of everybody. To bring the entire city together like this, I've never seen it. We'll probably never see it again in my lifetime. But I want to just thank a couple people. I want to thank Joe Beningo and all the years that he went through. Sitting next to him at Evan's wedding, the first thing that we talked about was Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks. Okay?
That's a memory.
I want to thank the forgotten Knicks of yesteryear. Brian Quinnett, Stuart Gray, Kennard Winchester. These people that donned the uniform, that were 12th man on the bench. This is for all of them as well. They're part of this euphoria. And the last thing I want to say, I lost a lot of respect for the San Antonio Spurs, and I'll tell you why. And it's starting to pick up a little steam, I've noticed. At the end of the game, what is the first thing that you saw on the television was Jalen Brunson walking over to the San Antonio coach, shaking his hand out of respect and thanking Nick Johnson. Yes. Where were the other Spurs? Old Wemby with his tail between his legs, directly walked off the court and went back, did not approach any of the Knicks, and all the rest of the team followed him into the tunnel.
Yeah.
Now, I know the NBA is not like the NHL where after each round you go and you shake hands like I think it should be.
Right.
But I lost a lot of respect for an organization that I thought had a lot of class. That was a very classless move.
No, you're not. You're not
right.
wrong about that. I think
You're
the
right.
only two Spurs that were shaking hands was like Harrison Barnes and Luke Cornett.
Yeah.
Like the old guys.
Right, the guys who understand that respect matters. Now, again, this is a maturity thing with the San Antonio Spurs, and in time, I think this fixes itself when they're 26 years old as opposed to 22 years old, and Wembanyama has become more acclimated. Because look, to defend him, he did grow up in France. English is his second language.
And what you're saying is the French don't have any class.
No,
That's what
it's not
Tiki
that.
just
It's
said.
just
Oh, sorry.
he did grow up in France, and so the social cues and the sportsmanship that is taught to us, all of us who played sports. Think about it. When you were 8 years old, 7 years old, you didn't like bitch and moan and scream and yell and walk off the field when the game was over. Your dad or your coach made you shake hands with the other team. That's ingrained in us from the time we're little kids. And in hockey, as he was just mentioning, if you don't do that, if you don't respect the game in hockey, you'll get your ass beat.
Right.
Like legitimately. They won't even play hockey with you. They just beat your ass. And so Wemby will learn that the longer he's here. And the more he feels like he understands American culture, then I think he does those things better. But it was a bad look.
It was a terrible look.
And it's not like you could ignore him.
No.
Because he's massive. And he walks off the court, sullen, obviously disappointed, but it's a game, man. We're not talking life and death. We're not talking war in the Middle East. It's a basketball game, and you're going to have plenty more opportunities to win championships.
For those that knew of Wemby but didn't watch him a lot, he did not ingratiate himself well to the general public.
At all.
He came across like a whiny biatch.
Yes.
He came across dirty, and I think he is one of the dirtiest players in the league. And then even at his post-game press conference in which he talked about dominating the series, he ended it by saying, "I'll see you guys never." Mm-hmm. It was just a very douchery kind of thing.
It felt like a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah, it felt like a child.
Yeah, like, "I'll see y'all never." Like, what?
That's a good
What
point.
the hell are you doing? Shut the hell up, dude.
Now, here's the best part. The best part for Knicks fans, who cares? Like,
right,
you
who
vanquished
cares?
him.
Knicks fans don't care anymore. But for a guy who's supposed to ascend to the face of the NBA, who is this iconic, unique alien, we call him, because of his size and his skills, his ability to shoot three-pointers, he's got a ton of growing up to do.
No question. No question. Let's see how we did as a radio station with picks for the NBA Finals right before it started. We'll go through it real quick because we got a lot of people. Let's start up with my guy, Joe Beningo. Joe B, NBA
I want to
Finals.
see them win the championship at home. Like, I don't care where they win it. They could win it in the Lincoln Tunnel. It doesn't matter. But I want to see them win the game, win the championship at home. So I'm picking the Knicks in 6. I don't think they're going to just blow through the Spurs like they've done basically everybody else. I don't think that's what we're going to see here. But I'm picking the Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6. Let's hear from our good buddy, Tommy Lugauer.
And I think they are going to smash the Spurs in 5 to the point where San Antonio will be begging for mercy by the end of it.
You know what's funny? Tommy was right about the series. Joe was wrong. Joe was more right in his assessment, though, than Tommy. Because Tommy's like, we're going to blow. They're going to tap out. They say all that. Joe was like, it's going to be tough, bro.
You know,
I almost give Joe the edge on that one.
I don't know, because I feel like the Knicks did make the Spurs tap out in a different way, though. It was just, you cannot give up.
Well, it's different. It's an interesting, like the math makes you look at it differently.
Yes.
Because, look, their aggregate win and win margin in the 5 games was 12 points. The aggregate. So 5 games, they won by 12 points.
10 was the big one. Everything else was they won by 1, 1, and 4, and lost by 4.
But think about the other fact, which is in the first quarter of these games, their aggregate was negative 57. And so when you think about that delta, it's like 45 points.
Yeah.
So in reality, in 5 games, they almost won by double digits outside of the first quarter. So they really did beat that ass. You know what I mean?
Well, and you know what? Here's the way history looks at things. the diehards, the ones who experienced it, will always know what this series was. Just like I brought up Mets-Royals. The Mets lost in 5, but I know they blew Game 4 and Game 5 and Game 1. Like, I know that. But history says, oh, the Royals won in 5. That was easy.
Mm-hmm.
History.
It's the same thing with the Yankees and the Dodgers.
Yes.
Like, every one of those games, the Yankees could have won.
History will tell you it was only a 5-game series.
Mm-hmm.
Those who experienced it know far better.
Right.
That's how I view things like that. Let's go to our morning guys. We'll start it off with Greg Giannotti. What does Gio think?
Knicks in 6, and I'm going to go with that as well, but I'm going to have the Knicks up 3-1 in this series, then losing Game 5, and then winning in Game 6 at the Garden.
Close. Let's hear from Boomer Esiason.
I'll go with a 6-game win here for the Knicks.
So we got Knicks in 6 by Joe, Gio, and Boomer. What about Jerry Recco?
I don't think the Knicks win this in 4. I'll pick them in 6.
Wow. How about Al Dukes? I'm curious what Al Dukes has to say about this.
Knicks in 7.
Ooh, we got our first in 7. Let's go to our friends in the afternoon. We'll start with Craig Carton.
And I've got the Knicks in 5.
Oh, wow. Him and Tommy.
All right.
Let's go to Big Mac.
I'm going Knicks in 7.
Knicks in 7.
It goes the distance.
Knicks in 7.
Wow. All right, let's go to our radio show. Sean Morash.
I think the Knicks come out sluggish from the rest tonight, but they rally in the second half. And maybe not as dramatic, but they have a pretty big comeback and win Game 1 tonight, leaving a young Spurs team stunned. The Knicks jump all over them in Game 2 and take both games in San Antonio. A back-and-forth like thriller in Game 3.
Are you going to sweep?
And the long goodbye. If the Knicks are going to do this, I'm bending the knee, I'm laying down my sword. They're going to do it by being the most dominant NBA postseason champion we've ever seen in our lives.
You shut the hell up.
Knicks in 4.
Wow. He ultimately was right because
you were so close.
Plus margin, they were one of the most dominant playoff teams of all time. Tiki Barber.
I think Mike Brown ultimately outcoaches Mitch Johnson.
Wow.
So in 2026, the New York Knicks win in 6.
So, as you can hear, 10 for 10, everyone has picked the New York Knicks. And then there was one straddler, one person that would not say the Knicks are going to win that series. And I'm proud to say it was me. I think this is very evenly matched. But at the end of the day, and I say this with as much respect as I can offer, because if you've listened, you know I've been fair. Losers lose. And ultimately, I think the Spurs will win this series in 7. I got that wrong. Very. I got that wrong. So, of all the people at the station, only 2 actually nailed the series prediction. Craig Carton and Tommy Lugauer. They were the only ones to say Knicks in 5. And honestly, I'm not biased. Those are 2 people that mean a lot to me. I think the tiebreaker goes to Craig because he didn't say that the Spurs would tap out and get obliterated. So I think Craig wins this.
Yes,
Is that a fair assessment?
I think you're right. I think you're very right.
Plus, if I'm not mistaken, and I do have the audio, but I didn't want to do it, Tommy, after Game 1, said that they would sweep. So he also went off of his prediction. Right. So, yeah, victory for Craig. He got that one right. Knicks in 5.
I see these. So all the old guys were there. I don't know if you know the answer.
Are you talking about Knick players, old players?
Old players.
Yes.
They're there.
Yes.
And including Oak.
Now, he went on his own. He was not brought there by James Dolan.
I know this.
Yeah.
But after the game, there were like 8,000 people, Knick fans, that were in the arena celebrating with them. Like, it was that whole thing where they were going to keep New Yorkers out. It didn't happen. New Yorkers got there.
Yeah.
And all the legends were there. Timothy Chalamet was there. They all were. All the legends they have been to all these games. Was Oak on the court?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he went there as a fan, as a spectator.
And what did he do? He just left?
He watched the team win a championship and probably went home.
But everybody else was celebrating with the team.
How could he celebrate? First of all, forget about him and Dolan. He's alienated Ewing. He's ripped Patrick Ewing at every turn. And this isn't new. This is something that's been going on for a long time. So
why was he there then?
I think just to, well, you want my real reason?
I mean, because if he's there,
taking advantage of the Knicks' shine, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything for him. We know that. But what is it? Why was he there?
I think to watch the game. I think to take advantage of the shine and watch the game.
To me, it felt like he was there with all those his former teammates.
He was not.
So he was just there independently.
Correct. He's gone to road games. He is not back at Madison Square Garden because I don't think he's allowed.
Yes.
I think facial recognition would kick him out because he's suing James Dolan in the Garden, so they're not letting him in. We will answer the trivia question that will be around for the next 50 years. Who were the 5 guys actually on the court when the New York Knicks won a title? And we will get back to your calls. We want to hear from you, the emotional reaction to the New York Knicks doing something you never thought you'd ever see, winning an NBA championship. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
I'm always incredibly busy and always on the go. So knowing my family is safe, especially when I'm not with them, is of utmost importance. That's why I turn to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system into our home. A smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that's manageable right from my phone. So not only can we control everything from the little keypads that are around our house and the kitchen where I can turn on the Apple Music and see who's at the door, we can also do it from our phone. But the other day, we got an electrical storm, and everything kind of went out. So all I did, I called up Jack from Sloman's, who just walked me through the setup procedure to get it restarted. Their security system is amazing, and their technicians are even better. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME, or visit slomans.com.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Flag and Anthem. Real clothes for real life.
All right, guys, our friends at Flag and Anthem just dropped their exclusive America 250 collection. Premium, ultra-comfortable, patriotic gear celebrating America's 250th birthday. Perfect for you or dad. Use code WFAN25 to get 25% off. Flag and Anthem, premium clothes without the premium price tag.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
This summer, luxury comes in threes. 3 premier destinations: Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Cattina of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union. 3 reasons to drive Mercedes-Benz: the versatile GLC, the refined GLE, and the Ray Cattina experience, where the customer always comes first. Wherever summer takes you, discover luxury SUVs built for every journey. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Cattina of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union, or go to RayCattinaMercedes.com. 3 locations, triple luxury, 1 unforgettable summer. On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore with FanDuel's Super Sub. If your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Just visit FanDuel.com/New York, and with FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. It has all the betting markets you could possibly want. And when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
All right, so I'm watching TV the other night, and I see Evander Holyfield talking about Terra Origin creatine. My first thought was, hang on a second, that guy's in his 60s, and he still looks better than me? That's a problem, so I started using Terra Origin creatine myself. It mixes easy, tastes great, and helps support strength and recovery, which, at my age, just getting off the couch is basically an athletic event. So do yourself a favor. Check it out today and get 20% off your first order at TerraOrigin.com. That's 20% off your first order at TerraOrigin.com. And
Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com
or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Here's a World Soccer Championship preview.
Brought to you by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's. And by the first ever Infiniti QX65. The heavy favorites to win Group G, Belgium, begin their campaign against Egypt in Seattle. Belgium has a few veterans on the squad who failed to get out of the group 4 years ago at the last tournament, and they'll be looking to make up for that this time around. Even though the Belgians have the firepower, it's their defense that'll be put to the test by one of the top forwards in the world on the Egyptian side. I'm Fernando Carlos.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-game parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the road ahead, brought to you by the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Visit your local Kia dealer today. The team from the Bronx begins a homestand against Chicago and Cincinnati before heading out on a 7-game trip against Detroit and Boston.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting high-quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So, if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
The wait is finally over. The New York Knicks are NBA champions. For complete championship coverage from the station that lived every moment of the journey, stay with the Fan.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. The hockey season also came to an end last night.
What?
Yeah, the artists formerly known as the Hartford Whalers won their second cup as the Carolina Hurricanes, 3-0. The key to Carolina's cup was, of course, Chris Drury dismantling the Eastern Conference playoff threat that owned them in previous years, but that is what it is. The Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The trivia question you will be asked for many, many years would be who were the 5 guys on the court when the Knicks won an NBA championship and broke the drought of 53 years. And Tiki mentioned, well, I know Jalen Brunson wasn't one of them, and he's right.
Because he had a towel over his head at the end of the game. I remember that. So are we guessing?
I know the answer. I'm asking you if you want to guess before I reveal it to the people.
So let's guess. I know OG was on there.
OG is correct.
Because he got the rebound.
Well, he got the rebound, but he was also taking the free throws.
That's a good point.
So he's a lock.
Great point. So OG.
OG is 1.
Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges is 2.
Was Mitch?
Mitchell Robinson was not on the court.
He
was not on the court.
All right, so Landry Shamet.
Landry Shamet was on the court.
So they had all their long wings.
I thought he got hurt, by the way. Didn't he limp to the locker room?
But I remember him checking back in.
Yeah. What happened there? I guess he was
by the way, that looked really bad, too.
I agree. And he slipped, and there was a lot of slipping going on in Game 5.
Right.
There were so many guys that fell to the ground. So far you've got OG, you got Bridges, you got Shamet.
I got all the wings. So I'm going to go Shohan.
There it is. That's the steal right there. That's the one I didn't think you'd get. Jeremy Shohan was on the floor when the New York Knicks won an NBA championship.
Deuce?
It was not Deuce McBride.
Well, who the hell was
The last one's not as exciting.
Josh Hart. You're an
Josh
idiot.
Hart, of course.
Josh Hart. But the tricky one was Shohan.
Yeah.
Jeremy Shohan, the former Spur, was on the floor when the New York Knicks won an NBA title. It kind of sucks that Brunson wasn't, but we all know why.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad strategic decision, but yeah, those are the 5 guys on the floor when the New York Knicks, late Saturday night, won an NBA championship. We'll get to your calls, 888-808-1019. Matt is in Manhattan. What's up, Matt? Hello, Matt.
Matt, what's up, dude?
Hi. Hello?
What's happening?
Hello, sir. What's up?
Well, I want to recount a story that I think you guys might find interesting. I sat next to Spike Lee for a year in 1985, the first year he had season tickets.
Wow.
And the year the Knicks drafted Patrick Ewing. So I had an entire year of Spike, and there were literally 50 stories I could tell. But there's one that I was thinking of that you guys might find interesting.
All right.
Can I tell it?
Go ahead. Sure. Hopefully it's good.
Okay. So, yeah, I think it was pretty good. So I didn't know who Spike was, and I think this was before his first movie came out. And, you know, the big thing I noticed about him was he was really small. So he was like 5 feet tall. And he would stand throughout the game.
Right.
And he had a running commentary about the team. Okay.
Right.
So the player he hated was Pat Cummings, who was the power forward on the team. I don't know if you guys know all the trivia about the first year of Ewing.
Right.
But the team was Ewing, Pat Cummings, Louis Orr, Sparrow, and Gerald Wilkins was also
Louis Orr went on to coach Seton Hall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was from Syracuse. We were in, I think, section 306, so they called it the Greens.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, the entire game, every game, Spike would be screaming at how terrible Pat Cummings was.
He's very similar to like a regular fan. Despite making tons of money and sitting courtside and all that, no matter what you think of him, like him screaming about one particular player sounds like me. Sounds like me at a basketball
the
game.
Entire time. And he always wanted him to be replaced in the lineup by this guy named Ken Bannister.
Right.
He was called Ken the Animal Bannister.
Right.
And he this went on for like 5 or 6 games. He's just screaming and screaming at Cummings. And my brother and I had, 2 tickets. We sat next to him. And my brother was really getting irritated by Spike because he's standing up, he's screaming in his ear. And he thought it might be racially motivated that Cummings, who was the second best player on the team but was white, that Spike kept screaming at him for Bannister, who was not a very good player. Anyway, finally, I turned to Spike and I said, Spike, I don't even know, I'm not sure I called him Spike. I'm not sure I knew his name at that point. But I said, hey, you keep screaming at Pat Cummings because he's white. And all of a sudden, he started laughing and laughing and laughing. And he said, I was just messing with you guys to see if you were cool.
He was doing a fan test?
That's amazing.
Listen, say what you want about Spike Lee. That is a guy you have to actually feel good for.
Well,
because they were the suckiest of sucky teams, and he'd be there. And as we found out, he pays for his season tickets.
Yep.
Unlike some of the other celebrities. Let's go to John in Harrison, New York. What's up, John?
Hey, how's it going?
All's well.
Good. What's on your mind?
So you guys, Mike Breen is the king of announcers. Of course, we all love him.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are the king of analyzing calls. And there's one part of the call, I don't know if you've realized, when he calls out that they said, Knicks fans, he said, Knicks fans, if you can cry. And I wondered, did he listen to the show on Friday, your conversation? I want to know what you three think.
I would love to think that would be the case, but I do think that over the last few days and weeks, it has become realer and realer that the New York Knicks were capable of winning an NBA championship. Yeah. And I think that is a discussion a lot of people had, which is, how am I going to react when this happens? Am I going to cry? Am I going to scream? I don't know how I'll react if one of my teams wins. And so while I would love to arrogantly tell you that was the answer, I don't think it was. I think Mike Breen probably thought to himself, how is he going to react if the New York Knicks win an NBA championship? Like, I think
because he's kind of a fan, even though he's professional and he's unbiased in his calls, because he does call it both ways and he calls it like he sees it. But he's been doing this for so long.
He grew up as a Knicks fan.
Right.
He was doing radio. He's doing TV. Like
he can't not be a fan.
And that's why I took a little bit of offense to Sean when he tried to compare this to Joe Davis. It's not comparable at all. I mean, Joe Davis is a Johnny-come-lately. I don't know what to tell you. He's been broadcasting for 5 minutes. Mike Breen's been calling the Knicks since the Knicks were on WFAN, and he was doing the games here on WFAN when he was doing Sports with Imus. Like, his history with the Knicks goes back so far. And watching the series, I think he was fair. I think he got very excited off of Spur calls. So I think he handled it as best as he possibly could. And I think that last call, and I don't know what the Hicks in Texas is saying. Quite frankly, I don't care. But I know here in New York, that call is going to live forever. That's right up there with Sam Rosen or Marv Albert, whatever call you like to think about from the Rangers in '94. It's right up there. In fact, I'll tell you right now. And I can't be any more independent than me because I am not a Ranger fan and I'm not a Knicks fan. If you take Rosen and Marv and Breen's final calls, in fact, you know what? Get Tyler Murray's call. We got to be fair to this guy. Let's find it. Ask Cap. Tyler Murray is the radio voice of the Knicks. Sean looks like I got
That was the question I had, was who was Tyler Murray?
Tyler Murray is the radio voice.
We talked about this on Friday with Monica McNutt.
I know Monica McNutt. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
And we gave Tyler a lot of credit because his last call on the OG tip-in was really good. We played it. Wanted to give him his due. I have not heard his final call of the Knicks winning an NBA championship. And so we'll put that one in the mix, and we're going to rank the four. But I can tell you right now, no offense to Sam or Marv, I think Breen's call's better than the Ranger calls. I really do.
I haven't heard the Ranger call, so I can't.
Well, what we will do in fairness is we will get all four, and we will have a proper ranking debate.
Yes.
Not today, though, because we have a lot of time to go through this stuff.
Yeah. Do we have Tyler's the final call?
He's going to find it. We will play that one now because I have a lot of things planned this week, including one thing that I like to call the Holy Grail, and I have found it. I got it. I got what I was looking for. And everyone should be worried. I got everyone's reaction to the signing of Jalen Brunson. Tommy, if you're listening, you're not alone. I got everyone. I got Craig. I got Gio. I got Boomer. I got me. I got to hold myself accountable. I got Tiki.
Yeah, and I was like, who's that?
I got Big Mac. Big Mac was doing a solo show. It was easy to find. I got everyone's reaction to the signing of Jalen Brunson. And some of you, not all of you, may not like what you hear. I'm just saying.
He was not the Jalen Brunson that he is now.
You're already defending this?
You could be forgiven.
You're already defending this?
For agreeing with all the pundits who hated this.
Okay. We'll get to that tomorrow. All right?
Because, by the way, most people likely shaped their opinion based on what other analysts said.
Okay. I got what you're saying. You mean like this?
Jalen Brunson isn't the answer.
Is that what you're referring to?
Jalen Brunson isn't the answer.
Exactly.
We will debut that tomorrow, though. I look forward to it. And I've been looking for this for weeks. It took a lot of listening to old shows. It took a lot, and it was not fun.
I mean, I don't even think I was on the net on WFAN.
No, you were.
Was I? Oh, yeah.
No. Yes, you were.
We had just moved.
No, you weren't. Yes, you were. No, I got you. Of course you were. I have it. I got you.
But you probably still have the national network.
No, it was you on WFAN.
With me and BT.
Yes.
Okay.
I got it.
That was probably our first year here.
Yes. I got it. I got Craig. I got Boomer. I got Gio. I got myself. And I got Big Mac. Am I missing anybody, by the way? Who am I missing?
I've lost track on who works here and who doesn't.
With all due respect, like Tommy wasn't on the air full time, so I have his tweet. I mean, his tweet we made famous when he said this would be typical Knicks if they signed Jalen Brunson.
Dude, how those shirts that we sold?
Yes.
Those are got to be legendary at this point.
Yeah, we're going to reprint more, by the way. A special NBA championship reprint of the famous tweet Tommy Lugauer tweeted the day that the Knicks signed Jalen Brunson, in which he said he's not that good.
This would be typical Knicks.
Typical Knicks. It never ends around the signing of Jalen Brunson. Do you have the Tyler Murray call?
I do.
All right, let's take a listen. This is the radio voice of the New York Knicks. We've all heard Mike Breen a million times. Here's Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt on the Knicks radio network, the final call as the Knicks became champions.
3 dribbles. 1 shot for the championship. He got it! 4-point lead, 7.5 to go. De'Aaron Fox across midcourt with 5. Left wing handoff to Wembanyama with 2. Takes a 3 that he misses too strong. It's happening, Knicks fans. It's happening. It's been 53 years. But for this moment, it was well worth the wait. A playoff run that'll go down in history and a team that will live forever. Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Wow. You know what I appreciate most about that call?
That was a great call.
I actually did hear it because I saw it on Monica McNutt's Instagram.
Yeah.
She completely laid out, and you could see the emotion on her face. Like, she could feel it.
Sure.
And so he was awesome. He said exactly how you needed to say it.
That's a great call.
It's a great call.
Fantastic.
I think it may be better than Breen's.
Dude, the pacing is great. The way he inserted Canyon of Heroes, but left the beat, that's a great
and
call.
He's standing up, and it's like...
Well, you have a visual on it. I don't have any visual.
I had the visual,
okay. I'm just doing straight audio on this one.
He nailed it.
That was a really good... And seriously, Mike Breen's call is all-time great. So if I end up picking Tyler Murray, it is certainly not a knock on Breen's call. I think that's a testament to the broadcasters we have in this town. Because Mike Breen batted 1,000, and that Tyler Murray one, that just gave me chills. And you know how I feel about this.
Of course.
And good for Tyler Murray. That's a great call.
That is a great call, and I don't think it's getting enough attention. So every hour, let's start. I don't think we're allowed to, but... You know. Well, we can every once in a while. That's a great call by Tyler Murray. If you're out there, salute, sir. And you know what I loved about it? Can I tell you specifically? His reaction to the free throw.
Yes.
Breen didn't do that as much because, and look, once the free throw's made, the New York Knicks are NBA champions. Of
course.
Now, I know, could there be a 4-point play? Could there be something? Of course.
Not with who was on the court.
Right. They're too smart.
They're too smart, and you saw it. They backed completely away. Do whatever you want to do.
Right. It's
I
over.
don't care. You can take a half-court shot. Guess what? It's not going to be 4 points.
Tyler called the OG free throw make with a much bigger gusto than Breen did.
Yeah.
Now, again, maybe that's radio, TV. Maybe that's being the national guy. I don't know. But that was like the slight, tiny thing that I loved.
Because the free throw ended the game.
It ended the game.
Yeah.
It made them champions. And I mentioned this to you yesterday when we did our 1-hour special, which is still living on YouTube if you want to check it out. It felt like it was inevitable for 5 minutes with all the fouling. And it reminded me of the way the Rangers won the Cup in '94 with the icing. Where you're like, oh, come on, this is over. But you had to wait, and then the face-off, and then, okay, we won. Like, there was that delay before the New York Knicks were NBA champions. Let's go to Bruce in Texas. Hey, Bruce.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. So many things, but I'll try to get through quickly on a couple of them. Number one, it's so nice to hear the silence coming out of San Antonio, 90 miles to my south, about not only the game, but about this force that is Victor Wembanyama. I can think of at least 6 centers off the top of my head in NBA history that will eat Victor Wembanyama for breakfast. So that's one. Number two, I was a Knicks fan before Joe Beningo. I saw my first Knicks game in 1959. So when Joe was talking about Dick Van Arsdale and all the old Knicks, and he's saying nobody remembers him, I'm screaming at the radio, I remember him, Joe.
You do. Right.
I was there before you. Number three, you can't estimate how much this victory meant to a basketball town like New York. They are as likable a team as ever. Now I'm going to put the brakes on two things. Number one, they are not the 70 or 73 Knicks. They're simply not. The 70 Knicks beat with a center on one leg, and the greatest single seventh game performance by any athlete ever in all four.
Bruce, I don't think you're wrong necessarily. It's one of those debates, and I know it's going to happen. I understand that we are going to hear the other side of this, that this is the greatest Knicks team of all time. It's better than the 70 team. It's better than the 73 team. And I'm not one to say let's not have the dumb argument.
Right.
But it is so truly a dumb argument because of the eras and how it's just incomparable.
The game is different. It's completely the teams are constructed differently. The pace of the game is different, even though the way that this game 5 went, you would have felt like it was back in the 80s.
Well, look at the way they shot the basketball.
Right.
The New York Knicks shot 36% from the field.
And the Spurs shot 38% from the field. They were both in the low 30s from three-point range. It was ugly.
There was no game during the postseason, not a single one, where the Knicks shot worse than 42%, and yet they shot 36% in Game 5.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that is so grossly unfair, and he was about to get to it, is comparing who they beat. Because that's not this modern Knicks' fault.
Right.
Like, this is a different era. Yeah, they didn't go through Kobe Bryant. They didn't go through Wilt Chamberlain. They didn't go through LeBron. That's not their fault.
Right.
They went through who they were supposed to go through. And by the way, they annihilated most of them. So that's kind of why this argument, and I'm sure it'll happen. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to have it here. I just think it's so frustrating and dopey.
But the people who want to have that argument just want to argue. Because there's no solution. There's no easy answer. Because we talk about what the perception is of those teams, but what we're really discussing, and this is why you can't be right, is the perspective that we all have.
Right.
The current Knicks fan perspective is of this team. A lot of them, I'd say 60% of them, don't have a perspective on the 70s Knicks. They have a perception because of what they've been told, but their personal perspective doesn't exist. They didn't experience it.
No, I agree.
They didn't live it.
I
so
agree.
you can argue with them all they want, but they're just arguing off of perception, not perspective. And so it just becomes fruitless. It becomes pointless. It becomes ignorant when you really think about it because there's no point in it. So we don't need it.
And it genuinely
Let's just celebrate this team for as great as they were this year.
No doubt. And genuinely becomes unfair to both teams.
Right.
Because it's like, the Knicks, they didn't beat anybody.
Right.
It ain't their fault. They beat who's in front of them, and they forced half those teams to tap out.
Right.
Like, they beat some of the teams in front of them so badly, they were giving up by the time we got to Game 4. We'll get back to your calls coming up at 888-808-1019, and I will tell you the player that absolutely stole the show during the post-game celebration. In fact, I'm not going to show you. I'm going to let you hear it when we come back. Plus, more of your reaction to the New York Knicks as NBA champions.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka, and has 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. No bubbles means no troubles. Look for the new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry half and half in stores now. Cheers to hitting the fairway, and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
There is no better time than now to upgrade your home with Windorama Summer Savings Event. Save up to 40% off when you install with Windorama. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards. Book your free in-home consultation. Shop from home and let their local certified experts handle it all. A stress-free process from measurement to installation. And when you shop in stock inventory, they'll install in just 14 days. Visit Windorama.com and book now.
You know, you work your whole life for this moment. Throughout my career, I've seen myself fall down. People tell me to stay down, and I got back up. Even when I was in the mud, and I kept putting my left foot in front of my right foot. I kept trusting God. I kept trusting my faith. I kept trusting the work.
New York has its title. The 2026 NBA champion New York Knicks. For complete championship coverage, insight, reaction, and everything orange and blue. Stay with the fan. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Carolina Hurricanes are Stanley Cup champions, and so much credit goes to coach Rod Brind'Amour. Brind'Amour's been the coach since 2018. The Canes have made the playoffs every year but had not gotten over the hump, and now they do and are Stanley Cup champions. And remember, Brind'Amour captained the 2006 Hurricanes to a Stanley Cup championship, so he has now won with Carolina as a player and a coach. I'm Nick Costa.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay,
Are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
This summer, the honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich and pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Sunshine, high 75.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
866-323-7529, 250 Pele, Saddlebrook. Diana Magala, licensed in New York and New Jersey. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
New Jersey sets the global stage for FIFA World Cup 26. 8 epic matches, including the history-making final. Come for the games. Stay for the wow. New Jersey, where the world meets its match. Get in on the action at visitnj.org.
As the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026, Bank of America knows how much hard work it takes to achieve a dream. So when it comes to owning a home, we're here to help. Get guidance and resources to buy a home you love, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
I don't need to tell you. New Yorkers are paying more for everything. Rent, utilities, groceries, every single month. The office that's supposed to protect us is on the sidelines. I'm Raj Goyal. As an ACLU lawyer, I fought for the people against powerful interest every single day. Now I'm going to be your affordability watchdog. I'll take the pension fund out of the greedy hands of Wall Street and put it back into affordable housing, holding utility companies accountable and auditing waste and fraud.
Raj Goyal, affordability watchdog for Comptroller.
Paid for by Raj Goyal for New York State Comptroller.
Living with a chronic illness that requires IV medication? Say hello to state-of-the-art private suites for all of your infusion needs at Thrivewell Infusion, providing exceptional care, comfort, compassion, and convenience. Visit ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives, drip by drip.
Hey, if you have a small business, you might not know you could be wasting money on your business mobile plan, paying for stuff you don't actually need. But with My Biz Plan from Verizon Business, you can choose exactly what you want and only pay for what you need for your business. When you're in control of your mobile plan, you can make every dollar count. Visit VerizonBusiness.com. Do it today to learn more and make the switch. Verizon Business.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Carpal tunnel syndrome.
heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
The Larry O'Brien Trophy is back in New York. The Knicks are champions. For everything orange and blue, keep it right here on The Fan.
When the New York Knicks won an NBA championship, you had a few choices. Choice number 1 was to go to sleep. Now, I know that some of the coalition did that.
Dude, I could not wait to go to bed.
Oh, really?
Oh, I could not wait.
You were a go-to-sleep guy?
I was like, all right, I'm out. See ya.
Okay.
Brooklyn was still awake.
Wow. So you had to go to sleep, people. Tiki's one of them. Option number 2 is just a party. You know, you're going out, you're drinking, hopefully.
I was already drunk.
Fair enough. Well, I guess for others it was to continue drinking.
No, I got served too much tequila at Joe's house. So I was like, all right, I'm out.
I understand. Maybe you go bar hopping. Maybe you are in the streets of New York City, hopefully being responsible. And then the third option is actually what I did, which is to watch everything.
Until like 2 a.m?
Yes, just to consume everything. And I have to admit
You're not even
something.
a Knicks fan.
No, but I think I was numb, honestly. Like, I wasn't happy, but I was numb to it. And something happened very late at night that I thought was hysterical. And it's going to surprise you that I thought it was hysterical because it's really insulting to me, okay? It was very insulting to me. And yet, I don't know if it was the delivery or the way it was said or the innocence of it, but I actually started laughing. And I'm going to warn everybody in the audience, if you're driving, you may want to pull over because this is very funny.
Go ahead.
And again, offensive to me, but very funny. Ariel Hukporty was on the podium.
I saw this after the fact.
With Mikal Bridges. And Ian Begley, our good friend of the show, was asking Mikal Bridges a question about dem picks. Okay? It was being brought up to Mikal, and I want you to hear the interaction that would then continue to occur. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is after the New York Knicks became NBA champions. Here's Ian Begley with Ariel Hukporty and Mikal Bridges.
The last 2 years of like criticism, fans, ups and downs. I mean, how's it feel here for you?
You talking about picks?
Yes, sir.
Look what we got. Just grateful. 2-5. Just very grateful. But yeah, like. But I just other times I've been picking. Come on, we got the fans been on me. Thing is about me, like I want to always be better. So whatever how they feel, I always want to be better. Man, he's too humble, man. I just hope I'm still here and continue just to keep that edge and keep pushing me because if they strongly believe that we have a chance every year and they really strongly believe they need me to be better, I'm already thinking that. So.
All right, so
He's trying to be all proper and give like a straight answer.
Yeah, he was trying to give a straight answer, but at one point, Mikal says, "Oh, you're asking about bleep them picks,
right?
Is that what you're asking about?" Here's more of Ariel Hukporty completely taking over the press conference to remind everybody, bleep them picks.
Coach should be next.
I got something to say though. You on that
live?
Y'all still listening or no?
You on that live?
Hey, listen about them picks. We're not leaving.
Yeah,
we got him out of Brooklyn. Look at him now. Look at him now. He's a champion. Look at him now. Everybody doubting you and shit. What? Nah, I ain't take no bottle for me, boy. Hey, the picks.
This Mikal, by the way, was getting up to leave.
Yeah, well, and he was taking the bottle from him, and he kept screaming, "F them picks."
Ain't nobody taking a bottle from me.
We got him up out of Brooklyn. See, it was offensive, but it made me laugh.
Right.
I have to admit, the whole thing made me laugh. Ariel Hugporty screaming F them picks over and over again.
He was fully imbibed.
He was imbibed, and he was standing up for his guy.
Yeah.
Because like we talked about earlier, forget the few of us on the other side of that trade. That was Knicks fans critical of the trade.
No, of course.
That was a very critical deal, as was giving up Dante DiVincenzo in a trade for Karl-Anthony Towns.
One of those things that you notice about this team is how close they were. And we always talk about the Villanova guys with Jalen and Josh and Mikal Bridges, but it really felt like it was all of them.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, right after the game, it was Deuce who was hugging Jalen Brunson, right, and taking a towel off his head, like absorb this, because Jalen was walking around with a towel on his head after he shook Mitch Johnson's hands. He had a towel, and he's probably trying to contain his or not show his emotions. But Deuce is like, man, just show it. Like, just this is it.
I think in a sport like basketball, that kind of connection is much more important than the others.
Well, I think it's easier too. Because it's like you're traveling a ton. You got 82 games that you're playing. You're on the road a lot.
Same with baseball, though.
I know, but it's just it's not 40 guys or 26 guys.
It's less guys, but also like connections matter. Where in baseball, it really doesn't. Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor never have to talk to each other.
That's right.
It's not a big deal. But if Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns don't talk to each other, that's a problem.
100%.
Chemistry matters on the court.
I
So
always
I
say
think
baseball is an individual game played collectively.
No, it can be. Like, we've talked about baseball locker rooms in the past, and I'm always like, it's not that big of a deal. In basketball, it matters. You need that kind of connection.
Right.
That did not happen in San Antonio. We heard minutes after the game was over in the press conference, and I forget who said it specifically, but basically Dylan Harper was not happy about his playing time. I mean, you heard about it immediately.
Well, I mean, this is another Mitch Johnson thing. Like, they have De'Aaron Fox here. He's going to make a ton of money. He was brought to be the veteran influence in the young locker room, but Dylan Harper should be the guy.
De'Aaron Fox will not be on the Spurs next year.
If he's earning his way here, he won't be.
Well, he's going to be on another team. He's going to be on a team with a lot of cap space that wants draft capital as a way to take him on.
Right,
but you could use your imagination.
My point is, at some point, Mitch Johnson should have said, Dylan Harper, you're our guy.
Yeah,
you're going to be our creator. I know you haven't done it. It's not your role on this team, but learn it because Fox was a detriment, especially in Game 5.
I want to take this call because I think this is fascinating. And I don't know the answer to this because we are in uncharted waters with winning a championship. It's been a very long time. The last time we had a championship in this town from the 4 major sports was your New York Giants. And I remember there always being a battle of, hey, when is it okay to start talking about the offseason? Like, at what point can we say...
Well, in basketball, it's immediate.
Well, I know. It's the draft's next week, and the Knicks have a first-round pick. Like, I get it, but how quickly do we move? Now, Dave in Queens has some thoughts on the offseason. Are you ready to talk about the offseason, Dave, or do you want to still bask in the glory of an NBA championship?
No, so I definitely want to bask in the glory of the NBA championship, but I think I have a little bit of a different view, and I feel like a lot of Knicks fans don't realize what I'm about to say is true, and they're just going to be thinking to themselves, like, yeah, that is how I feel right now. So before I make my first point, I just want to say the one person I feel so happy for on this team is Mitchell Robinson. This guy's been on the team when, like, this team was in the dumpsters with 15 wins.
Right.
And he's been here all the way until the end. So if there's anyone I really I feel so good for, Mitchell Robinson. You got to love that guy for being around all these years, since 2018.
Yep. Very good point.
That's number one. Yeah, that's number one. Number two is I was sitting outside my house yesterday, scrolling through Instagram like everybody else, a feed full of Knicks stuff. You're taking in the glory. And a certain emptiness sat in for me. And it kind of felt like the end of like a really, really good TV show that you just started binging a few weeks ago. And you look forward every night, to see another episode, and you have another 4 more seasons to go. And it's just awesomeness. And when that TV show ends, you feel a sense of like emptiness. Like there's no other TV show that's ever going to be like that ever again in my entire life. And that was the emptiness. I was like, there's no game on Tuesday. There's not even another series. Like, the rush is gone. Like,
right.
So, like, I felt a little bit of emptiness knowing that there's no more games, no more miracles. And that's kind of how I feel right now. And I just want one more season, one more episode, one more finale of this so-called TV show.
Dave, it's a great point. It's something my dad told me years ago after the Mets won in 86. Mm-hmm. He said at some point, you're like, now what?
Yeah.
Like you move on to, okay, now what?
Well, luckily, we live in a town, unlike San Antonio, where there is something immediately and in fact it's happening now.
Oh, you mean the baseball?
The baseball. It's happening. Seriously.
But
But what the hell is happening in San Antonio? Now, I know you're fans of whatever else is going on in the state, and you're a Rangers fan or whatever, but there's nothing in your town that you can go participate in.
Right.
In San Antonio. There's a lot you can go participate in.
There's definitely
in New
things
York.
to do and sports to do. It's more you just saw the ultimate. Now what from that perspective? And I would love to have this discussion where I could tell you how I feel after that happens. But for now, it's only asking you guys. So like Sean, when the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2011, or 2012 technically in February, was there ever an emptiness in the days and weeks that followed?
I don't think it's an emptiness, man, because you know what you end up doing? You end up going back and rewatching a lot of games, and it kind of fulfills your whole thing. Your whole journey is fulfilled in your head, in my mind.
Yeah, that's probably the answer. If you, to our last caller, I would relive everything over and over again.
That's it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, and look, there'll be documentaries made. I think didn't Adam
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller confirmed that he's working on some project.
Yes.
So, like you're gonna watch that over and over again. You're not going to go rewatch all the games, and maybe the 29-point comeback, because that was the one that was most epic in the NBA Finals. But you're going to watch whatever the Knicks put out. You're going to see all of the content that the players are now, partaking in the victory tour that they're all going to be going on. That's what you'll watch. You're going to see the highlights all over the place.
Let's make a show rule. It is Monday, June 15th. The offseason, starts now. I mean, as a Net fan, I'm worried about Darius Aikoff Jr. I'm all over it. I've been all over it for months. When is the day that you, Tiki Barber, will allow Knicks fans to start breaking down this offseason?
Friday.
So
the
once
draft
the
is
parade,
next week.
So when the parade is over,
yes,
now we can do offseason.
Yes.
Okay. Sean, when do you give the Knicks fan permission to start breaking down the offseason?
I was going to say when we wake up Tuesday on draft day, but I think Friday's a good answer as
I
well.
think you nailed it. So we're going to open the show Friday with how much they should pay Mitchell Robinson.
Who are they getting with their late first-round pick and 2 second-round picks?
Hey, they have a first-round pick, though.
They do.
That's big in a deep 24.
24th.
And that's in a very deep draft.
But then they turn right around at 31.
Yeah.
I also had my own thought on the Knicks offseason question. Maybe not for now, but I'll ask it anyway. We're so used to Christmas Day at noon. Are we Christmas Day 5:30 now with the Knicks?
I don't know what that means.
Is it a late game or is it early?
Oh, Christmas.
The Knicks always play noon Christmas Day to start the day. They're the champions. Do they play 5:30?
I think there's a couple.
They got to
things.
be prime time.
They're not only going to be prime time on Christmas. They're going to open the NBA season with the championship banner. The question is, who do you want to face?
I think you bring Wemby into the Garden for opening night.
That would be cold-blooded.
You know, I think what the answer is?
He wouldn't play.
I think the answer is, where is Giannis traded? Because it feels right now like it's Miami, Boston as two of the big teams.
Why Giannis?
Because he's the biggest offseason move. He's a star, and whoever gets him in the East is going to be talked up as like the team to knock off the Knicks. You know, in fact, the Knicks probably won't even be favored because of the disrespect they get.
I mean, they weren't really favored this year.
They weren't, even though they should have been.
Of course.
So if Giannis goes to Miami, I think you're looking at the Heat against the Knicks at Madison Square, which, by the way, the history of that. And if Giannis goes to Boston, then I think you got that.
Right.
So you want to do predictions? You want to make this official? Who do the Knicks play on opening night?
Well, all right.
I'm going Giannis acquiring team plays the Knicks on opening night. That's my answer.
I'm going to say Knicks Pistons.
Pistons, huh?
I know it's unconventional. I'm going finals rematch just considering how many viewers this finals got. I'm going
but
Spurs
it's going to be a disappointment, though.
Victor Wembanyama. He's the evil villain.
He is, but he won't be the villain for long.
And you know what the best part about playing the Spurs would be? They got to watch it. They got to watch the banner go up. That almost should be a rule that there needs to be a finals rematch right after they play in the NBA Finals for the season opener.
That's just cold-blooded, though.
All right, save that audio. They don't announce the NBA schedule until August, so we have some time. Let's go to Dave in Babylon. Hey, Dave.
What up, Dave?
Hey, guys. Tiki, first a UVA point for you.
Wahoo!
The last two valedictorians of our local high school are going to be, one is already a Wahoo, and this year's valedictorian is going to be a Wahoo.
Oh, that's
and that happens to
fantastic.
be the alma mater of one Sean Morash.
How about that?
Let's go.
That's
Good
good for
things
them
happen.
because that might be the only way to get into UVA out of state, is to be a valedictorian of your high school.
Smart kids, and
That's
one
awesome.
is a crazy Knicks fan.
That's awesome.
I live across the street from him.
Yeah,
But anyway,
congrats to them.
I wanted to talk about the I was 20 when the Knicks won their last championship, and I wanted to opine about the significance of the OG trade compared to DeBusschere. When we made that trade, I said to a friend of mine, I said, this could be like the DeBusschere trade, and there are so many traits that they have in common. DeBusschere was a great rebounder, as you know, great shooter, great team guy. He could defend probably 4 of the 5, whereas OG can defend 5 out of 5. But that was so significant in getting it over the top. And we were talking about comparing. You guys didn't see those teams, so I can tell you my perspective on it was that they weren't all that different. They were kind of a more modern team than teams of that era. Willis Reed, when he became the center after they made the trade, had a great range on his jump shot. He could shoot from 15 to 20 feet. So he would drag Wilt out. He would drag the centers out, which made life easier for the guys. Plus, he had a great post-up game. And he was a tremendous defender, and he was giving up inches to all those guys. He was incredibly tough. And the trade was addition by subtraction, too. Howard Butch Comives, the guard from Bowling Green, was a good, solid player. He was a lefty. They didn't call him point guards back then, and he had good range on his jump shot. But the thing that was key was trading Walt Bellamy. Not that he was bad, but he was a 6'11" post-up center, and he kind of got in Willis's way a bit.
Right, you clogged up the
They
paint.
became a smaller team, but they became so much more athletic. And all 5 of those guys, Willis included, could bring the ball up against the press if somebody was, going to try to get into a game faster by doing that, But this was such a run. I watched the game with my daughter. My son was in the city in his apartment with his buddies, and I've been apologizing to them ever since they've been born for the teams we root for. We're Mets, Jets, Knicks, Islanders. So my son remembers
but this makes it
AFC
worth it.
championship games.
But
I'm sorry?
This makes it worth it because as much as you made them suffer with bad teams, it probably fits even better when you finally see them win.
Yeah.
Like if you had given them all the right teams in this town, maybe they'd be spoiled. Maybe they'd expect it to be easy, but when you're rooting for the Mets who haven't won since 86, or the Jets who haven't won since 68, or the Knicks who hadn't won since 73, or the Islanders who haven't won since the mid-80s, it probably just makes you stronger as a fan. I think the Dave DeBusschere OG comparison is a very interesting one. The only thing, obviously not seeing Dave, as a player because it was before my time, was I think he was
talk to it.
like a 3-time All-Star when they acquired him. OG was more of a really talented guy who had a tough time staying on the court. Remember, he never played during their championship run of 19, at least in the postseason, who had the talent but wasn't the proven commodity that Dave DeBusschere was after the Knicks got him.
I don't think he was viewed as this. His corner 3-pointer at least in the finals felt automatic.
Automatic. I think it's been that way for a while with him.
It absolutely has, but we don't think of him that way. We think of him as this big wing defender who can score when you need him to, but is he capable of scoring 20 or 30? And he proved it. Absolutely he is. And they needed him to, especially in Game 4.
And also just make the big little play.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is in the second quarter when you're down by 12, the big steal or the big block. He had a lot of those. The reason I brought him up as an MVP after Game 2 was because he was doing so much of that.
Right.
There was so much of the little big play that OG was making. We'll get back to your calls in a minute, 888-808-1019. And there was only one moment during the Knicks celebration that made me close my eyes and picture another loser in town finally winning for the first time in a long time. I'll share that thought with you coming up. But, hey, for the first time in 53 years, it is official. The New York Knicks are NBA champions. And to celebrate this historic victory, BigTimeBats.com proudly presents the official Knicks NBA championship basketball. This full-size, pure field composite leather Wilson NBA basketball features embossed championship script, the official NBA Finals logo, and the Knicks Championship 2026 championship logo. It sells for $124.95 plus shipping and handling. Own a piece of Knicks history before it's gone. Visit BigTimeBats.com and order your official 2026 NBA Champions Gold Edition basketball today.
Similarly, congratulations to the New York Knicks on their championship on behalf of Hospital for Special Surgery. At HSS, they're proud to be the official hospital, the orthopedic care they count on all season long. The same #1 ranked care that's kept professional athletes, weekend warriors, and New Yorkers moving for over 160 years. To learn more or make an appointment yourself, visit hss.edu. Most major insurance plans are accepted. HSS, the official hospital of the champion New York Knicks.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-714-4800. That's 718-714-4800.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Australia is trading at 17% to beat Argentina, meaning a $100 trade pays out $570 if they win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. So for a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's code CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Guys, let's keep it simple. There are two things you probably should be doing: taking care of your health and doing something that actually makes an impact. Here's a way to do both. California.
Cocky ass Wemby. Tiki said it first. Cocky ass Wemby. Tiki said it first.
The mics are hot, the board is blinking. There's sauce on channel 3. Sean's got crumbs in the faders and ranch where the level should be. He's chewing through the traffic update, spilling lunch on every knob. Somebody grab a paper towel. How does Sean Morash still have a job? How does Sean Morash still have a job? No, really, how does Sean still have a job? A terrible bullboard op, a giant shill, a Knicks troll sent by God. He's got meatball grease on the soundboard and blue cheese in the ox. Somebody call engineering. How does Sean Morash still have a job? He'll defend the Giants like a preacher, even when they're getting...
Talking real slick, acting real brash. Every interview sounding like a victory bash. Got the talent, got the reach, got the skill to last, but nobody got a bigger cocky ass. Cocky ass Wemby. Tiki said it first. Cocky ass Wemby. Made it 10 times worse. Pointing at his head, trying to make a splash. That's the exact reason Tiki said cocky ass Wemby. We talking fast. Cocky ass Wemby. French toast, cocky ass. Wemby said I'm in the Knicks heads, man. Like he was Napoleon with a master plan. Standing in the garden trying to talk all grand, like he just conquered New York with one hand. But the Knicks weren't worried, they were chasing the ring, trying to win the title, trying to finish the thing. Wemby kept yapping, talking all that jazz. Tiki kept repeating cocky ass. From Paris to Texas, everybody heard that. One little quote and the city ran with that. Now every time Wemby starts talking in the press, Knicks fans just laugh and finish the sentence.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose, so learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov from New Jersey Human Services.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up, a whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
Hi, it's Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuckit. 15 years, 15 million shirts sold, and we're still the best in the game, which means Untuckit also has the best gifts for Father's Day, now on sale. He'll love to unwrap wrinkle-free cotton to save him time in the morning, performance stretch styles he never has to iron, polos for golf, and more, all perfect for the summer. Shop our Father's Day sale going on now at untuckit.com or at one of our 80-plus stores nationwide. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
From opening night to championship night, what a ride! The New York Knicks are NBA champions. Continue the celebration with a fan.
And the Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. For baseball heads out there, if you're wondering how much the ball will travel in Vegas, we did this a little last week. The Colorado Rockies, known for Coors Field offense, scored a franchise record 23 runs on the road in Vegas yesterday. The Rockies hit 6 home runs. In the 6 baseball games that were played in Vegas this week, there were 102 total runs scored.
Wow. You know the World Cup is going on too, Sean. You know that, correct?
Yes.
No fan foci on the World Cup. I mean, we did win 4-1.
But that was Friday. We have another game Friday that we will be at the Mad Hatter for.
Oh, good promo.
I want to make that clear. Tiki and I will be at the Mad Hatter for. Sean's going away.
Yeah, well.
That's how much he disrespects the World Cup.
God, you don't even care.
He's leaving.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
I mean, I have to travel the world.
The Ivory Coast, of all teams, upset France in the opening round of their group stage. And you don't even care, Sean? What kind of sports radio host are you?
I care. I care enough to know that Turkey now spells their name differently.
On Friday night.
Yes, and they call it Turkey A.
Turkey, yes. When the USA won on Friday, I was at the Met game. And it was an hour and a half rain delay, the whole thing. They flashed the score on the board, and it was a packed house at City on Friday. The place erupted.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
People were into it.
People get into USA, and I guess it helped the Mets, too, because they took 2 out of 3.
They did. They won on Friday night. They had a very limp offensive performance on Saturday, and then they won on Sunday. It was a good weekend for the baseball teams very quietly. Mets win 2 out of 3. Yankees win 2 out of 3. I've accepted Steve Gelbs' apology for the ridiculous thing he said on Sunday, and we could all move on. He was just doing the shtick that, Craig and everyone else does, which is, in hockey, there are 3 teams. In baseball, there are 2 teams. In football, there are 2 teams. But in basketball, there's only 1. And Gary Cohn was like, well, the Nets exist. Haven't you ever heard of them? And Gelbs is like, nope. And then I tweeted at him. I was like, come on, Steve. And he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So Gelbs.
At least he apologized.
I accept your apology. I will tell you, before we get back to all your phone calls, one moment from the Knicks celebration that does give hope to another loser team in this town. But first, Sean is going to feed us a big one.
Oh, that's right.
Sean Morash in the booth, somebody.
Did you forget?
I did.
Optics, flying phones ringing, Evans yelling, no!
Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Giddy up. Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. It's kind of ironic we're doing this after that caller talking about filling the void of the next couple weeks and months. How about reliving these games? I'm giving you the top 5 championship DVD games from this Knicks run.
I like this one.
Nice. All right? This has been something we've only dreamt about with teams here, right?
It's true.
Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
The Game 3 loss to Atlanta. Gut series moment in the playoffs. Mike Brown ended up changing the offense after, but I think that's kind of like the rallying game. So I know you don't want to include a loss here, but they went to basically not lose a game for 6 weeks after that.
And they only lost one more game after that.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I think that was pivotal.
Number 4.
The Game 1 76ers blowout, 137-98. Joel Embiid complained to the officiating, and Tiki called him a bitch.
And he didn't play in Game 2.
Yep.
That was the best part of it. Tiki was such a big part of this Knick run with some of the things that he liked to say about it.
I just call it like I see it.
Tiki called Embiid a bitch.
I mean, am I lying?
No. And I also should say, the reason that game's also included is we forget we were at a point in time where the days coming up to was, man, would you rather play the Celtics? Would you rather play the Sixers? And I think that Game 1 blowout just kind of showed you, oh, okay, this is what we got here.
It doesn't matter.
Number 3.
Number 3 is the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1, 22 down in the fourth, the win in overtime. And I think that proved once and for all, for anybody that was still doubting, including me, to be honest with you, that the Knicks could win a championship. That kind of felt like the moment where this team felt different.
Well, it was also the game that defined what the Knicks did the entirety of the NBA Finals.
Absolutely.
Every game was a double-digit deficit in the first quarter, and they found ways to storm back. It became inevitable.
Yep. The Knicks had a history. If they lose Game 1 at home, they don't win the series. They would have stared that straight in the face if they didn't complete that comeback.
Yep.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the NBA Finals Game 5, the clincher. Look, the Knicks once again didn't panic. They were trailing, strangled the Spurs in the fourth quarter like snake to its food. Didn't play with their food. And, of course,
Number 1
is the NBA Finals Game 4, the all-time comeback, the OG Anunoby put back. And I think not the same, but I think you're going to look at that kind of like the Buckner in the World Series. It wasn't the defining, or it wasn't the final game,
right,
but it's what you remember from that series.
I agree. I think years from now, because right now we remember everything, but I think years from now, it's going to be the comeback OG tip, and it's going to be Jalen just being dominant in Game 5. I think those are going to be like the two things you most remember about the championship final series against the Spurs.
We brought this up earlier, and Jalen scoring 45 is it won him the Finals MVP.
Yeah, I think OG had a real chance before that.
And that's what we were talking about when we brought this up before, because what would be the defining moment of this series? And remember, we said on Friday, it's going to depend on what happens.
Yeah.
In Game 5, and Jalen scoring 45 makes it that much more memorable. But what will be 10 years from now the thing that every Knick fan remembers? Will it be Jalen's 45? Because it wasn't beautiful. It wasn't a beautiful 45. It was just a methodical 45.
And it was also
a workman's 45.
It was also so necessary because the rest of the team shot the basketball so awfully.
So we brought it up earlier. What will be more memorable? I think it probably will be OG's tip-in.
Yeah.
Because that was so improbable. And when you rewatch it, it's like, did he even try to do that?
It's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Furthermore,
he just touched it and it went in.
OG revealed on The View earlier this morning. What a sentence.
Yes.
He was trying to dunk it.
Yes.
Wow.
He just couldn't get it.
Yeah.
He reached for it. He couldn't get it to dunk it, so he just kind of let his fingers do the tip. Put the tip in.
Just
Put
the tip.
Yeah.
Now, Tiki, you mentioned 10 years from now. I do think it's funny to look back like, how about 20 years from now? I think there will be some people that blend some of this and go, wait, that wasn't the clinching game? I think you will have that moment in history down the line.
I mean, the only reason I can't say that is because 45, and I had the stat wrong, it's 45 by a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
You had Giannis scoring 50, but the only other closeout game with a point guard scoring 45 was Jordan. And so I think
what's the definition of a point guard?
Michael Jordan's it's the primary ball handler.
Fine.
That's what it is.
Doesn't matter.
It is. It really doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyways, but I think Brunson scoring 45 is, and because it was literally almost half of his points,
and he's the guy. Like, he's the king of New York. He's the one that will be remembered forever. He could retire his number now.
I don't think you're going to forget that they were separate games, because Brunson's 45 stands alone.
Well, one thing I've already scheduled in my phone is exactly to the year date of OG Anunoby's performance, we're going to debate if it's a top 5 moment in New York sports history. We're going to see if it really passed Reggie's 3 home run game, but we'll do it a year from now. Now, we had talked openly, Knicks fans, non-Knicks fans, on if seeing the Knicks win an NBA championship would just change your perspective, would make it almost easier to envision the other losers in this town winning. So the Jets, the Mets, the Nets, the Islanders have been losers. Like, can it make it more clear? And the Rangers are sort of losers. I mean, 94 is now a long drought. It was 54 years before that. So you're talking about one championship in 80-some-odd years. So, I mean, I don't want to offend you.
No, you're not offending
Do you want to include the Rangers in that?
I think we've gotten to that point. I think now that the Knicks have crossed that threshold, I think you can put the Rangers back on the clock.
All right, so it's the Mets, it's the Nets, it's the Jets. The Islanders are rough because it was a dynasty, though. But it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to tell you?
Pre our lives, essentially.
So would the Knicks winning make it clearer for you that one of these other teams could win? And I sat there watching the celebration, and I was in a dark place, and I was like, no, I can't see it. Until something happened. There was one moment that made me envision one specific team actually winning a championship. You know what team it is?
I'm going to say the Jets.
You are correct. There was one moment that made me say to myself,
The New York Jets suck.
that they could do it too. And it came from the mouth of James Dolan.
I saw a team. We were a team. We've been a team the whole time. But I want to say something to New York. Hey, New York, I'm sorry it took so long, but here we are, and hopefully it won't take that long again.
Oh, man. That's almost Harold Dean.
I want to be as respectful as I can when I say this, all right? James Dolan has now, I guess, erased the negative feelings that Knicks fans had about him.
100%. You're never going to go back to saying or looking at him in a derogatory way.
But I'm going to say that kind of sounded weird, like it sounded dopey in a way, and that's why I loved it, because that could be Woody Johnson. Like, Woody Johnson is James Dolan. James Dolan is Woody Johnson, right? And so when I hear James Dolan so excitedly say, I'm sorry, New York. I almost can picture Woody Johnson saying the same dopey thing. Like, hey, Jet fans, I'm so sorry. Like, am I crazy to think that Dolan's clumsy way of speaking to Knicks fans gives me hope that Woody Johnson
Well, the thing
can do
about
it?
Dolan is that you kind of saw him seed the control, not seed, but hire the right person to be in control, and you saw it coming. Like, maybe you couldn't envision it because Knicks fans have so much doubt and belief that something negative was always going to happen. But you could, if you were independent, if you were truly IBO, you saw the steps coming. We talked about this in the break just a second ago, how this was a process that started with bringing in Julius Randle. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then slowly you get there, you get your asses kicked by Atlanta, and DeAndre Hunter put Julius in clamps. And the next year, 2 years later, you have Jalen Brunson, and then Cat and Mikal, and then all of a sudden Josh Hart is. It's like, wait, it's a process, man. So I think if it happens for the Jets, we'll see it coming. At least now we'll know what to look for.
They need to have a meeting, those two. Like,
Seriously.
literally, Dolan needs to sit Woody down and say, look, because Dolan's admitted that he's gotten better as an owner. It's not like he's delusional to this. Like, yes, he's more hands-off. He almost has to sit Woody down and say, look, Woody, I know you suck, and you've sucked for 2 decades, but look at me. I used to suck too. Right. And now I'm getting Knicks fans to cheer me because I just said, I'm sorry. And then I awkwardly screamed into a camera. That can be Woody Johnson. So I had a very tough time imagining the other teams I root for.
It's kind of a vulnerability, right?
Yes.
Like you make yourself vulnerable, which is hard for these multi-billionaires to do.
But the other thing you need to do, and I know that some still doubt this, I was on this argument a year ago because there are a lot of Knicks fans around here blaming Dolan for the firing of Tom Thibodeau. And I'm not a fan of James Dolan. I just try to call it like it is. I never thought it was his fault. I always thought it was a Leon Rose decision. And so I believe that he hired someone and gave him all the power. My only hope with Woody Johnson is that he's doing so.
Daryl, Mr. Smiles, Muhi.
That he's doing it with Muji.
But
What?
Are you going to give Moody all the power?
I think you have to. And as much as the David Stern stuff bothers us with Alonzo, you have to give the right executive the right power. The question is, are they the right executive?
Or create the position. Create what the Falcons did with Matt Ryan. Like a president of basketball, of football, who makes those decisions.
So someone above Mr. Smiles?
Yes.
Daryl Muhi?
Yeah. Like
I get what you're saying.
Football mind that sits in that president role. That's how you do it.
Do you agree with me, both of you, that hearing James Dolan awkwardly say that gave you visions of Woody Johnson saying the exact same thing?
No, I could see Woody saying it.
Thank you.
I thought the same exact thing.
Gave you hope. Gave me hope. The only team I have hope now for is the New York Jets. That's where I'm at. Thank you, Knicks. Mets, still no shot. Nets, you don't exist.
I mean, you did beat the Braves 2 out of 3.
Yes, I'm very excited.
You got 13 games out of first place.
It's not about that. I'm so pissed at Hoff. I love Hoff. He labels the Rico Brogna I do. Mets cut into Braves deficit.
I saw that this morning.
I'm like, no one's thinking that, bro. We're happy they won a series. That's cool, and I was happy about it, but cut into their deficit. Let's get back to your calls. Let's go to Philip in Tom's River. What's up, Philip?
Hey, Evan and Tiki. How are you guys? Thanks for taking my call.
What's up? No problem. What's up?
Perfect. I just wanted to bring up, I have one date circled on my calendar, and that's July 18th, when WWE goes back to Madison Square Garden. How are they going to treat Danhausen there? Are they going to put up a banner? What are they going to do? What are they going to do?
I think they should have fun with it and put a banner up. Danhausen is, of course, the one who uncursed the New York Knicks and was on the carpet ride, if you will. Dan, you know what Danhausen did the other day?
No, I didn't see
And
it.
I hope this works, not only because I'm a good person, but because selfishly it'll help me too. Danhausen personally uncursed Sal Licata.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, Sal said to him, look, I'm cursed on a lot of levels. Can you uncurse me?
Huh.
And Danhausen uncursed him. So my assumption is the
So what
Falcons
is
are
that?
going to win 12 games and the Mets are winning the World Series.
I mean, they got the right president of football.
Look at you.
Matt Ryan's my dude.
Let's go to Robert in Queens. Hey, Robert.
Hi, guys. How are you? Great show. Evan, please just let me finish before you cut me off, because I've been following you for a long time. Tiki, big Giant fan.
Appreciate
Sean, you know I love you. Evan, the name of the show is Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash. You never, ever, ever start off the show by saying Sean's name. So for us Sean people, I think that has to change now that the Knicks won the championship. That's number one.
There are actual Sean people?
I didn't even screen that call.
Oh, yeah. Big Sean people. But secondly, did you ever hear the nursery rhyme, Old King Cole was a merry old soul?
Yes.
Well, we in the audience have it, Old King Troll, as in Evan Roberts, was a very old soul. See, Evan, you think you get over us by you trolled the Knicks from the beginning. They're the best team. They should go all the way. And inside you were saying, I hope they get knocked out so my Nets or something. But guess what? They kept on winning. So you had to change along with it, but they kept on winning. And you had to change. Oh, I'm really happy. I'm sincerely. You were crying like a baby Saturday night.
I was.
But not in love for the Knicks.
But
you were crying like a baby that you got to deal with this all. Thanks for your time, guys.
Appreciate you. You're right about everything you said, but I've never denied that. Like, I picked the Knicks to get to the NBA Finals because genuinely I thought they were the best team in the East. Now, I fully own this. I did not think they would win the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take that L, and I've been very consistent about that for a year. That was not trolling. That was my opinion.
Right.
And I have also been honest, to a fault, because sometimes I probably shouldn't have to remind people, no, I'm not happy that the Knicks won a title. I don't want to hear how it's good for business or it's good for the city. I don't feel that way. So I'm not a troll. I'm real. I'm being honest. I can't be any more transparent that I thought the Knicks were very good. I thought they were a team capable of going to the NBA Finals. I thought they would go to the NBA Finals, and I thought they would lose. I was mostly right, eventually wrong. And I was deathly upset Saturday night. So I don't even think that's an insult. That's all true.
Yeah, he just stated it like it was.
I know. I'm not disagreeing with that. He is right, though. The name of the show is Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash, so I will do a better job of incorporating your name.
That's no problem. I live at home with my wife. I'm used to disrespect. It's okay.
More of your calls coming up. Plus, at the beginning of every year, we make a grandiose prediction for the year that was. One of us has already been proven right.
Oh, shut up.
We'll find out who coming up. 888-808-1019.
You needed to be specific, and you weren't.
For the first time in 53 years, the New York Knicks are NBA champions, and fans everywhere are celebrating history in the making. To honor the unforgettable moments, BigTimeBats.com proudly presents
automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. Guess what, guys? The World Cup is here, even though Sean doesn't talk about it. And NJIT, the number one public university in New Jersey for alumni success, according to the Wall Street Journal rankings, is putting you, that's right, you, the fan of soccer, in the action. Students from NJIT's Martin Tuckman School of Management are at the leading edge of business technology and have built the ultimate digital hub for the tournament. You can track real-time fan sentiment and get all your game information, whether that's the weather, what the transit situation looks like. There's a match tomorrow over at MetLife Stadium between France and Senegal. France surprisingly down. They lost to Ivory Coast over the weekend. So this is an important one for them. Visit njit-worldcup.com. That's njit-worldcup.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The New York Knicks are NBA champions. And if you're one of those people that still thinks the Knicks didn't beat anyone to get there and aren't an all-time great team, you are a hater. And you should look in the mirror and admit that you're a hater. Best point differential ever in an NBA playoffs. 16-3, all 4 closeout games on the road. The 2026 New York Knicks, NBA champions, and an all-time team. I'm Nick Costos.
Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and an 8% give of alcohol. Dial up the fun with Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
In a world parched for excitement, Twisted Tea's your refreshing thrill ride of flavor. The hard iced tea that's smooth, made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol. Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
No! USA is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T's and C's apply. In Apple.
What an atmosphere tonight. The stands are packed. Down here, 2 fans side by side, both holding a Heineken. Promising start. The chant begins. Listen to that. Perfect sync. Corner coming in. They lean forward together and goal! Arms up. They cheers. Wait. That's a hug. That's a hug. Let's check the replay. Yes, 2 strangers at kickoff. Friends by full time.
Fans have more friends. Find yours in the stands. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, in the game, you always need a backup plan, and your phone is no different. A second line from Red Pocket Mobile is perfect for side gigs, keeping your work and personal numbers separate, and just staying connected without the big carrier price tag. Starting at just $10 a month, you get your choice of 3 major 5G networks with no contracts or credit checks. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They are the real deal. Go to EdisonHVAC.com.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Girl, it's back. We've been waiting. I love that honey pepper pimento sandwich.
And that pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite is everything. It's got that razzle-dazzle that makes you stop and say, okay, wait a minute.
I love the creaminess of the pimento cheese. It's savory, it's bold, it's flavorful.
Our faves are back. High five, girl.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The New York Knicks are NBA champions. For complete championship coverage, reaction, and celebration of New York's first title since 1973. Stay with the Fan, WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
All the way back on January 2nd, it was the last time we were on the air, all of us, including Tommy, at 2 o'clock, we made predictions for the year that was. It's a tradition around here.
Yes.
A grandiose prediction for the year that's about to occur. And on June 15th, 2026, one prediction that was made by the four of us
Stop your gloating.
can officially be deemed a success.
You suck.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to January 2nd, 2026, when this prediction was made by me. Here's my grandiose prediction. Unlike Tommy, I'm not going to make the same mistake he made. I'm not going to get specific. I'm just going to say it. The drought is ending this season. A New York team is winning a world championship. That is happening. There will be a parade. Obviously, one of the unfortunate things about doing middays is you have to be at said parade. And the odds are very high that it'll be a team I do not root for. But I'll put on a happy face and do the best I can. Like Joe and I did the 3 different times we went to parades. But there's going to be, and I'm not like taking the easy way out here. It's not going to be a soccer team. It's not going to be a sport we're not paying that much attention to. It's going to be in the Big Four. In the hockey, in the NBA, in football or baseball, a team is winning a championship. A New York team is finally doing it. There will be a parade. That is happening in 2026. There you go. So that was easy.
I mean, it's a good
Open
thing
and
it
shut.
wasn't the Giants or the Jets because that would have been in 2027.
That's right.
So you're lucky.
Well,
you're lucky in your whatever.
I never needed to be specific. There were no rules. I remember Tommy last year was
What was Tommy's? Because he was very specific.
So last year, he said a Boston team will lose to a New York team twice in the postseason, which he nailed. It's a great prediction, except he wouldn't just leave it at that. He said the Knicks will beat the Celtics, correct.
Yeah.
And then he said the Mets would beat the Red Sox, as opposed to letting it just marinate, and he would have been right.
Yeah, you're right.
You have also apparently pissed off somebody.
What are you talking about?
I'll put him up. He just called. There you go.
Who's this?
It's Lou Gower.
What's up,
I just
man?
heard, but nice to hear from you guys. First time in 6 months, by the way. I'm basically in the abyss at night. I never hear from you. I just heard this clip. I'm listening to you guys. I just woke up. And is Sean there today, or is he skipping the podium or recording a Giants podcast? Because
doing both, Tommy.
The clip I heard is not the entire clip. There is more to that audio. I remember it well. So Sean clearly did some editing because there's more audio that needs to be played.
What?
I have it here.
Okay. Well, there's more to the clip?
Here we go.
All right. One of those teams will win a championship, and we will save all this audio, and if someone's right or wrong, we'll play it, and we'll hold ourselves accountable.
Sounds like he's all about your Knicks, Tommy.
100%.
That's all that was.
The minute he said it, I thought he thinks the Knicks are winning the title.
Yes.
Because he knows that the Spurs are going to beat the Thunder in the playoffs because they own them.
What?
And the Knicks will play a young Spurs team not ready to win a championship, and the Knicks will beat them.
What the hell was that?
Huh? I think, Tommy, you and I can claim victory right now. I mean, what the hell?
Wow.
You're welcome, by the way.
Wow, I didn't remember you saying that. So you took my point and furthered it by saying the Spurs are going to beat the Thunder and then lose to the Knicks?
Yeah, I was playing a little fungo with Tommy. See it? Just toss it up for me. Hit it out of the park.
That's impressive, man. I got to give you that. That was good. Oh, sorry.
I appreciate that. I think collectively we all, like homework in high school, got to the conclusion together. We used all three of our brains.
Right. Everybody except for Sean. Everybody except for Sean.
Exactly.
Now, how are you with all? Because I offered him a congratulations. I texted Tommy after they won the title, even though he's very mean to me sometimes about my teams. How are you feeling now, 2 days later, after your Knicks are now officially the kings of the NBA universe?
You know, my first great sports memory where sports finally loved me back was obviously Eli to Tyree. And I remember being in college and how amazing that feeling felt. And then obviously all these years have gone by and Giants got another championship, but my other teams haven't won. And, you know, you wait for this moment forever. You hope that it comes. And then when you get a special group like this to have a special run, it's euphoric. It's just an incredible feeling of amazingness, and I'm on cloud nine still. It really, Mike Breen, I think, put it best. You know, it feels like a dream, and ironically enough, I just woke up. So it is not a dream. Every day I wake up and I say the Knicks are champions, and it sounds good coming off the tongue.
Did you cry? Now, you were on the air with Anthony Gallo and then did 3 more hours, so I have to still comb the tape to hear if there was any on-air crying. But was there any moment, whether on-air or off-air, in which the waterworks started flowing?
No, I haven't cried yet. I think Thursday will be the ultimate test because that's really the culmination, the celebration. That's when, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I think bare minimum 3 million people are showing up on Thursday, probably even
I mean, it's
5
going to
million.
be beautiful. So, I mean, maybe.
Gorgeous weather.
You know what, Tommy? It's interesting because I speculated about the crying on Friday, and everybody said, yes, everyone's going to cry. Everyone I've talked to, Rami didn't cry. I don't know if Gallo did or not, but nobody's crying. Why is that?
I think it had a lot to do with me being on the air. And it was one of those situations where I don't want to give Boomer and Gio an hour and you guys 3 hours of content. So it's one of those, all right, don't cry. But it was tough because everybody was calling me on Saturday night, obviously, on the show, and they were crying. And I'm like, all right, you guys are going to make me cry. It's kind of like when someone else vomits in front of you and then you throw up, after having that. So I was like, all right, I'm going to end up crying here, and I'll never, ever, ever live this down. But I totally understand it if you have cried. I'm sure at some point I will cry if I start thinking about, because then people start bringing up, oh, my father's no longer with me, or my grandfather passed away, got me to the Knicks. I'm like, all right, I'm going to lose it. This is going to be the part where I cry. But I get it, whether it's tears of joy or tears of even just sadness for 53 years of losing a loved one. It's an emotional time. So I totally understand it.
I do need you briefly right now because you are Positive Tommy, and I've got breaking Mets news, and maybe you could help me here. Christian Scott is going to the injured list. Oh. So is that a no biggie or is that a biggie?
Well, it's a no biggie. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Evan. You're more the stat guy. What is this, 10 out of 16? They've won here. They're playing a banged-up Red team to sweep them, and they're, 3 under 500? Flying under the radar here with the Knicks as the top story. Mets will be 500 right around July 1st.
All right. We shall see. Well, congratulations again. Great work, and I guess we'll see you Thursday.
Sounds good.
Yeah, there you go. Tommy Lugauer. Yeah, that last part of that clip is pretty incredible.
Who's 3 games under 500?
No, the Reds are.
Oh,
he wasn't saying the Mets.
I was going to say,
the Mets
are not quite back yet.
Yeah, Christian Scott is going to the IL with what is being described as a minor injury, but nevertheless, he's going to, miss a couple of starts. So bad news around the Mets, but they do open up their series tonight in Cincinnati. The Yankees are off before they welcome in the first place Chicago White Sox.
Monster series.
That is such a crazy thought just to say that.
The first place Chicago White Sox.
Only by whatever, a loss in the.
Nevertheless, they're a first place team. So I understand that Tommy's last part of that prediction with the Spurs was kind of wild. I give him a lot of credit, but I still got my long-term prediction right.
Yeah, but you got an assist.
I got an assist.
It was a solid assist.
I learned you don't need to be specific. All I said was a New York team is winning a championship. I was right. Let's move on.
Evan, if I could think about what today is most important for the WFAN audience, it's making sure that Evan Roberts is right about something in January.
Well, I always like to check in just to make sure we are correct or incorrect with our long-term predictions. And we'll check in on Tiki's and Sean's when they're right or they're officially wrong. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. AJ in Eastchester. What's up, AJ?
What's up, Ev? What's up, Tiki? Shawnee? How you guys doing?
All's well.
Good.
That's great, man. It's funny how before, the caller called to tell you that you were the troll when Shawnee leads his Cinco off with a loss. That was great.
Come
who's
on.
the troll? Anyway, listen, before I get into it, look, a lot of people are using this word. It's like euphoria, man. This is crazy. And Tommy says he just wakes up. It all feels like a dream. And look, I'm 46 years old, and I kept repeating to myself, I've waited my whole life for this. You never really want to say that in sports. I waited my whole life for this. Nobody wants to wait their whole life for a championship. But, it's crazy. That being said, you guys have said it all along. And look, back to the troll thing. Ev, you've been saying that this team is very easy to root for. So that guy was totally wrong about you. You've been kind of upfront about how, likable this team is, and they have a certain brotherhood and a togetherness that people really need to buy into. This parade coming up. I have a friend of mine He works for the NYPD, and I asked him flat out. I said, "Yo, would you take your kids to this parade?" He actually had to take a step back and say, "I don't know, AJ. I really don't know. It's tough because there's a certain select few of, I can't say fans. They're not fans because real fans don't act the way they're acting,
right?
And they're gonna if it keeps going the way it is, they're gonna ruin it for fans like me who've been waiting their whole life.
Yeah, like the unruly New Yorker. I wouldn't necessarily call them a New York Knicks fan, but the unruly New Yorker. I mean, the good thing about it is that it's at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, it's different,
and so it's not 6 at night. It's certainly not in the middle of the night like the celebrations were outside of Madison Square Garden and wherever those collections of people that I saw on social media were taking over the town, but. It's 10 in the morning.
It's a different vibe.
It's a different, 100% completely different vibe.
I can't guarantee that someone isn't an idiot, unfortunately, but I can tell you that the raw emotion of winning a championship at 11:30 at night in the middle of a crowded city where most people are liquored up is very different than a 10 a.m. parade on a Thursday in New York City. So I hope there are no issues. I am expecting there to be, if there are issues, less than what you would see on a Saturday night at midnight. A parade is very special, especially if you're a diehard fan, and especially if you've waited as long as a lot of these fans have waited. Zach in Staten Island. Hey, Zach.
Evan, as a self-professed Evan Roberts, Nick hater, I'd like to offer you a truce.
Okay.
For years, we've been listening, just listening to you trash the Knicks, especially after the Bridges trade. We overpaid, we this, we that. Now it all comes back to you. You're the one who has to live with your team helping us land the championship. How did you say to me the other day? You and the remaining 553 Net fans are nothing more than a dead carcass on the side of the road. But I'm going to take great pleasure knowing that you are a miserable Nets fan. and because of that, Evan, I no longer hate you 3 times a day. Let's go, Knicks.
All right.
Wow, that's an amazing call.
So actually, this has worked out best for me.
Right.
I'm in a very terrible situation, and you could hear it by that caller. I'm open and honest that I'm not, going to lie to anybody about what I'm rooting for. I'm always going to be honest about it. And I've been honest about the Knicks. Now, most of my opinions, especially over the last year and a half, have been positive. But if I ever say anything critical, it's like, you're a hater. I mean, talking about giving up a lot of picks for Mikal Bridges was not a crazy thing to talk about.
Well, now if you talk positive about the Knicks, if you talk negative about the Knicks, everyone's going to know it's troll.
Well, right now there's nothing negative to say.
That's what I mean.
But eventually there will be in sports.
I mean, but they're coming off of it. Are we going to be negative on OKC because they didn't make it back to the NBA Finals?
No, I think the Knicks and the Thunder they were for a year are in a grace period right now. Even the offseason moves. But what I'm confused about is you go back a year from now or a year ago when they made the controversial decision to fire Tom Thibodeau.
Right.
You remember I argued that it was the right decision.
Right.
They realized they couldn't win with him.
And part of that was the players.
Yes.
Right. It wasn't. I mean, you're right. I don't think this was James Dolan in a tirade saying, "You're never going to get us there, Tom. Get out of here."
No, it was Leon Rose.
It was Leon with the not even collaboration, but just like some input from a lot of the stakeholders, including the players and around the organization. And they made a collective decision. They really didn't even talk about it after they did it. It's not like they held this massive press conference and you saw discussion around it.
The Knicks don't talk to you.
You didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
In fact, I was listening to a show this morning talking about the post-game celebration. The Knicks don't let anybody in anywhere. Like the media weren't allowed in.
Right.
When they were doing the whole champagne and all of those. They came in afterwards, obviously, but they weren't allowed in.
You know what was funny,
the
though?
Knicks have been private about all this, almost everything that they've done over the last 2 or 3 years.
And they talk so rarely that when Leon Rose spoke at the celebration, weren't most of us saying, "Oh, that's how he sounds"?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Like really, that's his voice.
I don't think I'd ever heard his voice before.
Yeah, the only time I had heard his voice is when he did that one-on-one with, I think it was Alan Hahn or Mike Breen, one of the MSG workers or employees.
Yeah.
Other than that, he doesn't do press conferences. Even at Jalen Brunson's press conference, I rewatched it this morning when they introduced him. He didn't even speak there.
Yeah.
It was just, and guess what? The media didn't ask questions. Jalen got questions from Bill Pito, and then Bill Pito read questions from season ticket holders. For some reason, they didn't include mine. Very strange.
Yeah, they should have.
I thought
were you invited?
No, I was not invited.
You're just a random season ticket holder.
That's
Why
all.
were you not invited?
I don't know. Hooper's in Greenwich, Connecticut. What's up, Hooper?
Hooper, what's up?
I wanted to bring up an important name to this saga that probably hasn't been mentioned, and that's the name of the assistant coach, Chris Gent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a big part of this. He worked with Mike Brown back in the Cleveland days when LeBron was there. And, I just want to bring his name up. I think he had a big part of the offense. And, I don't want to bring too much attention to him because I want him to stay on that bench. I think he was a big part of this run.
He was. I heard Mike Brown mention him a lot. And so it was more than just the guys that get attention that contribute to a championship run. Let's go to Ryan in Cranford, New Jersey. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, boys. Listen, I got a question, but I want to get my answers first. I want to hear yours. So the question is, what teams would you cry for if they won the championship? So here's what I got. The Devils, I love the Devils, but if they won, it's been recent enough, I'd be all right. The Jets, forget it. I'd lose it. I'd lose my mind. Now, the story
so that's
is...
a yes then. Yes on the Jets.
Yes on the Jets.
Okay.
And for soccer, they have a commercial for Fox about the World Cup where they fake if the United States won the World Cup. While watching the commercial, I welled up. If the men's won the World Cup, I would openly weep like a baby.
Well, did you do it when Did you do it when the women won?
I'm going to be honest with you. I got a little choked up, but I didn't go too much with it. But I got a little choked up because they're good. Like, you expect that. But the men's, forget, I would openly weep. You couldn't control it. That's how bad it would be.
That's interesting.
Wow. Who would you cry for? I don't think you'd cry for anybody.
I don't think anyone.
Yeah, you're past that.
I've told you, my fandom's ruined because of flipping teams. Being a Redskins fan, then Redskins.
Yeah.
And then coming to the Giants. It's like I became a Giant, but I wasn't like a fan of the Giants growing up, so it wasn't like, oh, this is my dream. This is not like Jose Alvarado. It was, this is now my family.
Right.
And so when they win, I feel great for the organization, but it's not like I have this 5-year-old in me like opining or crying for their victory.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that 5-year-old rooted for the Redskins.
No, I get you.
It's just different.
I cry for all my teams. Like, I wouldn't even have to win a championship. I cried when the Nets got to back-to-back NBA Finals. I cried when the Mets won the division in 2015. The division. So that's easy for me. I'm a baller, man.
Yeah, same. I cried after a Thursday night football game that got the Giants to 2-4. I think it's fair to say I cried for all my teams.
That's a good point. You did do
but
that.
What makes you cry for it?
I don't know, man. I just have this. The sports are like my emotional.
I know it feels good that they finally won, but like, what is that?
I don't know, man. Sports just tugs at my heartstrings. I don't know what to say. It's like it's almost like my baby that's nobody else's baby in my mind. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the real sport fan feels ownership.
Yeah,
of the team. Like, this is my guy.
It sounds screwed up, but it feels like another one of my children own my teams. It's so stupid, but it's true.
I get it. But sometimes that's like bad.
I know it's bad. No, I'm probably sick, but yeah.
The adoration and the love that you throw, and often can be the other way.
Oh,
and
of course.
It's hate and vitriol.
Well, think about this. Look at the Knicks fan. It's mostly been hate. Now, when you finally get the one answer, like this year, it's all worth it, or at least we think it's all worth it.
Yes.
But being a sports fan is atrocious.
Right.
It's a terrible living. You know, I'd be better off not being a sports fan. Most of us would be. But when you get the special moments like 96% of the city got with the Knicks winning an NBA championship, it's all worth it. It comes crystal clear that it's worth it. This is a very important phone call to take because many opinions have been uttered on WFAN. But this caller, Jake, wants to call out Sean for one of the dumbest opinions maybe WFAN has ever seen, and now officially Sean has to take his L.
Wow.
We'll hear from Jake and that dumb Sean opinion coming up next. The toll-free number is 888-808-1019. Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves like you do. Windorama keeps the Northeast's largest in-stock selection of Anderson windows, patio doors, and storm doors ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They build them in-house to keep your jobs on track. And with Rama Rewards for pros, earn up to 2% back, plus perks like free delivery. Windorama for pros, your job, your deadline, your team. Visit windorama.com/4-pros to learn more.
Congratulations to the New York Knicks for their championship win on behalf of Hospital for Special Surgery. HSS, they are the proud official sponsor of the orthopedic care for the New York Knicks all season long. The same number one ranked care that's kept professional athletes, weekend warriors, and New Yorkers moving for over 160 years. To learn more or to make an appointment, visit hss.edu. Most major insurance plans are accepted. HSS, the official hospital of the NBA champion, New York Knicks.
They are champions, the Knicks. And this July, the next stop for your favorite Knicks stars is Fanatics Fest NYC. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Karl-Anthony Towns, and more Knicks to be announced this week will be live at the world's #1 sports fan festival, returning to the Javits Center July 16th through the 19th with 500-plus athletes, celebrities, and sports legends all under one roof. Fanatics Fest brings fans closer than ever with autographs, photo ops, live panels, and podcasts, exclusive merch drops, rare collectibles, and unforgettable fan experiences. Tickets are selling quickly. Grab yours now at fanaticsfest.com and see the NBA champs live.
For the first time in 53 years, the New York Knicks are NBA champions, and fans everywhere are celebrating history in the making. To honor this unforgettable moment, BigTimeBats.com proudly presents the official Knicks NBA Championship basketball. This full-size, pure-feel, composite leather Wilson basketball is crafted for collectors and diehard fans alike. It features embossed championship script, the official NBA Finals logo, and the bold, iconic 2026 Knicks championship emblem, all showcased in stunning detail. This limited edition, gold edition basketball sells for $124.95, plus shipping and handling. And once they're gone for good. Don't miss your chance to own a true piece of Knicks history, a championship 53 years in the making. Visit BigTimeBats.com right now and order your official 2026 Knicks NBA Champions Gold Edition basketball today. BigTimeBats.com, where champions live forever. And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. It's also sponsored by Ray Katina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
The big soccer tournament is here. Extreme gridlock, also here. Skip the traffic, take public transit, sit back, relax, and arrive on time. In a showdown of transit versus traffic, transit wins every time. Brought to you by the NYC Department of Transportation.
Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Their expert team makes shopping easy and stress-free. One reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison for luxury driving all summer long.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. NBA Finals Game 3, Knicks Spurs, and I think Dylan Harper continues his excellent series. The Rutgers rookie simply needs to be playing more, whether it's in place of Stephon Castle or De'Aaron Fox. He gives San Antonio a jolt every time he comes in. He's been the best Spur at getting to the rim and finishing. After 16 points and 8 boards in Game 1, Harper had 15 and 6 in Game 2. With the Spurs down 0-2, they simply need to play him more. I'm going over on Dylan Harper's points plus rebounds. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-339-6282. That's 800-339-6282.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Australia is trading at 17% to beat Argentina, meaning a $100 trade pays out $570 if they win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. So for a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's code CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
I don't need to tell you. New Yorkers are paying more for everything. Rent, utilities, groceries, every single month. The office that's supposed to protect us is on the sidelines. I'm Raj Goyal. As an ACLU lawyer, I fought for the people against powerful interest every single day. Now I'm going to be your affordability watchdog. I'll take the pension fund out of the greedy hands of Wall Street and put it back into affordable housing, holding utility companies accountable and auditing waste and fraud.
Raj Goyle, affordability watchdog for comptroller.
Paid for by Raj Goyle for New York State Comptroller.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hi, it's Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuckit. Still need Father's Day gifts? There's still time. Head to your nearest Untuckit store to find the perfect presents he'll wear over and over. He'll love to unwrap wrinkle-free cotton to save him time in the morning, performance stretch styles he never has to iron, polos for golf and more, not to mention digital gift cards that deliver instantly. There's still time to nail Father's Day. Get gift cards at untuckit.com or head to one of our 80-plus stores nationwide. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
The New York Knicks have reached the mountaintop for championship reaction, analysis, and celebration from every corner of the tri-state. Stay with the Fan.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Christian Scott is going to the IL for the New York Mets. It is Tobias Myers and Chase Burns, though, on the mound. 7-10 Mets heading to Cincinnati. Off night for the Yankees before their semi-big series with the White Sox this week. The Rays, though, do begin a 3-game series out in L.A. with the Dodgers tonight, as the Yankees hope the Dodgers do them some favors. Again, Yankees have reestablished first place in the AL East while the Knicks are winning finals.
Any intel on the Christian Scott injury? What's it going to be? How long?
Will Salmon didn't say anything other than the perception or belief is it's minor. So I don't know. It creates a problem because Christian Scott's been trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
Even if the last start he made wasn't his best, getting knocked out before the 5th inning, and they just don't have a lot of stability in their rotation. Sean Manaea made his first traditional start of the year the other day. Pitched pretty well.
He actually did pitch pretty well.
He did. David Peterson has been a mess, but I guess he by default has to stay in the rotation. Nolan McLean is still having his issues, and Freddie is Freddie. So they do have an off day on Friday, which will help, and then they play every day until July.
Right.
So it's going to be a challenge. Hopefully it's not too long.
Kodai Senga is in AAA right now.
Kodai Senga is probably going to come up now at this point.
Yeah,
because his last rehab start wasn't bad. And again, looking at the options that the Mets have, I would almost expect Senga's getting the call soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like he's been the forgotten man in this rotation because he's been down in the minors for so long, it feels like. But you got to remember, 2 years ago, he was elite until he hurt his hamstring.
Yep.
And then
yep.
sub-1, whatever ERA, sub-2 ERA, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. So it's there. You just don't know when it's ever going to come back.
Do you remember a few months ago when Sean Morash argued that the New York Islanders had a better chance of winning a championship than the New York Knicks?
Yes.
He argued it with this gentleman, Jake in Rhode Island. Jake, get your pound of flesh, big boy.
Right.
How are we doing, boys? This is
probably the best weekend of my entire life, and I'm a Yankee fan and a Giant fan. This is incredible. And, Sean, I just feel like people like you and Becky Hammond, I might put a picture of both of you on my wall just so I can look at it every day to make myself a better person. This is the best day of my life. This should be the best day of any New Yorker's life. And, Evan, I want to say one thing, man. You've been great. I know it's probably brutal. I can't imagine watching the Mets win a World Series, but you've been pretty awesome. I love listening to you this whole time. I know it's hard to do, but you've been great. And Sean, you should be embarrassed. And I hope you feel shame every time you walk through New York City knowing that the Knicks and the Nets will never be in the same class.
Well, you didn't have to include that last part.
Wow,
that was fine.
All you had to do, he could have ended it by saying, I hope that every time you go to MSG to a Rangers game, you stare at the Knicks banner.
Well, don't help him out, Tiki. He embarrassed himself enough.
Well, no. What he addressed, and me and Tiki will talk about this, but was it L-worthy for you to have said months ago the Islanders?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Are
why did we not pick this? I mean, you should have been wearing this L all day. You're wearing it. Hold on.
I'm wearing the L figuratively. This is absurd.
He's picking up the L right now.
I'm going to defend myself once again. I was wrong. The Knicks were closer to winning a championship. What I didn't. Well, the reason I said the Islanders, by the way, I hate the New York Islanders.
Tiki is now going into the producer.
They were the
right
team
now
that was in the NHL playoffs in this area. My point was the NHL, by nature of the sport, is more wide open. Here comes Tiki. As if I haven't worn enough L's and garbage today.
He's putting the L.
It just sucks.
He put it violently around
I've
his
been
neck.
nothing but cordial and nice with the Knicks, and I'm going to continue to do so. You got to get my pound of flesh and tell me I feel shame walking around New York City?
Well,
of course I feel shame.
Look, there's a difference between getting something wrong and an L-worthy opinion. Like, I got the finals wrong. I'll be the first to admit it. I thought the Spurs would win the series. Fine. You went out of your way to argue with people that the Islanders had a better chance of winning a championship than the Knicks.
I didn't argue. I was arguing for the sake of the NHL. The Carolina Hurricanes just won a cup.
Whatever.
Gents, by the way, all our L's are broken in some capacity.
Are they?
Are they?
You got the Jet one because that's the only one that's functional right now.
Yeah, so Sean is literally wearing an L, and I think the proper punishment is just the rest of the show. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, I was only leaving on for 5 minutes, but whatever.
5 minutes?
It's just a stupid fan argument. Who cares?
Okay.
You can take it off when you feel
what
like
it is.
It does look kind of dope, though.
It does. It looks cool. Let's go to Mike in Clifton, New Jersey. Hey, Mike.
What's up?
Hey, guys. So I was just watching them, the ceremony at the mid-season Emirates Cup, seeing how excited those guys are, and then I watched the big cup, the finals, and seeing how ecstatic they are. I mean, these guys are full season champions, and I see all these Jalen Brunson resumes. They better put that on there. These guys won. They won both, and
I think winning a championship, Mike,
you can put it on a statue,
makes it like, yes, it can be part of the story. I think that until now, winning the midseason tournament or the in-season tournament was like, okay, they just created it, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think because, they came back on the Spurs. Let's think about that for a second. They had a fourth quarter comeback against the Spurs to win the NBA Cup. Because it turned into something so real all these months later.
What was the deficit?
I think it was double digits, but I got to go look. I don't remember.
By the way, the Spurs have been susceptible to this all season long because I had a buddy who went down to a Spurs game. Just random. Him and his friends picked a game. They went to a Spurs Minnesota game, and the Spurs had a 25-point lead at halftime.
Right.
It was 69-44. In that game, Minnesota stormed all the way back, and then with a minute and 3 seconds left, actually took a 119-118 lead.
Wow.
They ended up losing by 3 points in into regulation, but the Spurs have been susceptible to this type of comeback a couple of times this year. So we shouldn't be surprised, especially against a team that's well constructed and together connected is the word we use as the Knicks.
The Knicks outscored the Spurs 35-19 in the fourth quarter of that game. They ended up winning by 11.
Yeah.
But, they trailed in that game.
Well, I'll find to show you. It's just like the 29-point comeback. When the final, whatever it was, the last 9 minutes of the game, the Knicks scored 31 points, and the Spurs scored 11 or 12 or whatever it was. So they're susceptible to it.
So far, I have an 8-point lead in the second half. An 11-point lead in the third quarter. So we got a double-digit lead at one point. And then in the fourth quarter, it was relatively close.
Right.
It was and then the Knicks blew past them. But an 11-point second half lead. is the biggest. So because of the similarities between the Cup and the championship, yeah, and I remember saying this at the time, and when Dolan came on with Craig and Big Mac and said, we're going to get the real thing. It was a badass comment by him. But now that it's happened, I would absolutely acknowledge winning the NBA Cup. It is a part of the resume. I think when you lose, then it's like, I don't want to talk about it. But because they ultimately won, whether it's a smaller banner or a banner right next to it, it should be honored.
Well, especially if it was informative in any way. I don't remember watching that. And I don't think I did watch the NBA Cup. But what was the dynamic? Like, is the same players, same starters, same situation?
Well, Tyler Kolek had his moments in that game.
Right, Tyler Kolek actually
I'm talking about for the Spurs. I'm talking about if you were looking at what made the Spurs tick, could you pick anything up from that NBA Cup?
I mean, Dylan Harper played really well. He was the Spurs' leading scorer, if you want to take out of that.
Well,
I mean,
there you go.
There were some similarities. It wasn't completely the same, but I think that this finals helps validify the NBA Cup.
Yeah, I'd be a banner pig if I was Dolan now. I would go Cup, Eastern Conference champions, NBA Finals champions, and obviously make the finals one very, very more upscale.
I think there's no wrong answer now when you win a championship. You can do whatever the hell you want.
And a question for later in the week, how many retired numbers out of this team?
Boy.
The 94 Rangers go on forever.
You're doing a really good job because there's a lot of conversations that will continue post-Knicks winning a championship.
I mean, Brunson's the obvious one.
Oh, you're going to answer this right now?
I had a feeling. I had a feeling Evan had this plan later in the week.
Yeah,
got a lot of things
planned.
planned.
We'll wait.
Tomorrow we will unveil what all the WFAN hosts initially said about the Jalen Brunson signing, and it was tough to find because, and I'm not even joking.
Even Sean?
I didn't find Sean. Sean wasn't at WFAN at the time, so I don't have his.
I was doing Clemson football.
But what's so crazy is that the Jalen Brunson signing was not the lead story. The lead story, coincidentally, were the Nets because Kevin Durant had just demanded a trade.
That's right.
And so every single show, not just me, it wasn't me, every single show was talking mostly about Durant and the Nets, and an afterthought was the signing of Jalen Brunson, which is, I guess, a part of what makes this signing so amazing.
But it's also where Jalen was in his career.
I understand.
He wasn't the man.
I understand.
He got lots of run in Dallas because Luka got hurt, and he hadn't fully fulfilled his destiny yet.
I get it. I'm just saying. I'm just explaining. And tomorrow you'll get to hear it. It's almost like Tiki's pre-defending himself.
And by the way, maybe he needed Tom Thibodeau.
Maybe that Tom Thibodeau deserves a lot of credit today.
Of course.
There's no doubt about that. They are not here without him being a part of the build.
He built a toughness in these guys that I'm sure he's not proud of because he got fired and they won the next year. But you have to look at what they did defensively and say that you can see the fingerprints of Tibbs on that.
There's Buck Showalter's probably the perfect guy to ask because that comparison has worked. Like, there's a difference. Like, you retired, so you chose to leave.
Yeah.
It's not like if the Giants cut you,
right.
I would ask you. I'd say
that would suck.
It would suck, I would think, because you got fired. Buck Showalter and Tom Thibodeau got fired. Now, it's been enough time for Buck where he could probably say, you know what? Took me a while, but now I look back on it, I'm really proud.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll be the case with Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, same thing with Ernie Accorsi with the Giants.
Yeah.
He retired.
Yeah. It's very different.
Yeah.
Being fired and retiring are very different. We'll come back. We'll get back to more of your phone calls, and we will predict the 2027 NBA Finals. The Travelers Championship. This is where greatness locks in, where the wins hit harder for 4 perfect days in June. See returning champion Keegan Bradley and more, the world's best, like Scotty Scheffler, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Cameron Young, at nearby TPC River Highlands, June 24th through the 28th. For tickets and info, go to TravelersChampionship.com. Travelers Championship, now is the time. This is the place.
For the first time in 53 years, the New York Knicks are NBA champions. To celebrate this historic victory, BigTimeBats.com proudly presents the official Knicks NBA Championship basketball. This full-size, pure-feel, composite leather Wilson NBA basketball features embossed championship script, the official NBA Finals logo, and the Knicks Championship 2026 championship logo. It sells for $124.95 plus shipping and handling. Own a piece of Knicks history before it's gone. Visit BigTimeBats.com and order your official 2026 NBA Champions Gold Edition basketball today.
The city of New York has been waiting for this moment.
All I want to say is that Jalen Brunson is a legit superstar.
The Knicks are NBA champions. For complete coverage of this historic title run, stay with the Fan.
Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Helping people achieve their goals is what we do. So if your goal is owning a home, we're here to help with guidance and resources, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on a black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. A whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Big truck crash at Victory Boulevard and Bay Street? Showman and Hill injury lawyers are the biggest defenders of justice. No one fights harder for New York. Every borough, every block. Showman and Hill. We are New York. Get a free case review. Search Showman and Hill injury lawyers.
Living with a chronic illness that requires IV medication? Say hello to state-of-the-art private suites for all of your infusion needs at Thrivewell Infusion, providing exceptional care, comfort, compassion, and convenience. Visit ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives, drip by drip.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. The Chef IQ Sense Smart Thermometer takes the guesswork out of cooking. Choose a preset, select your cut and doneness, then insert the probe. The app guides your cook in real time, telling you exactly when to flip.
Please flip your food.
And cook times adjust automatically.
Your food is ready.
So every steak comes out juicy and perfect. Use code RADIO at checkout to save big on ChefIQ.com. That's code RADIO at ChefIQ.com.
Father's Day? Go big for Dad. Celebrate Father's Day with 5 courses fresh from the Wok Fire. Enjoy a 5-course celebration experience starting at $89.99, featuring premium entrees like New York prime strip steak tataki, oolong chili and sea bass, and lobster and prawn fried rice. Bold flavors, sizzling favorites, a meal made to impress. Because Dad deserves more than just a dinner. He deserves a celebration. Celebrate Father's Day with some sizzle. Only at P.F. Chang's.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The wait is finally over. The New York Knicks are NBA champions. For complete championship coverage from the station that lived every moment of the journey, stay with the Fan.
Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash on the Fan. Evan out in the newsroom taking several bows, asking Chris McMonagle if he's a real Knicks fan or not. Look, he's all giddy and smiles. Most haven't seen Evan smile in like 3 days. How about that?
Isn't your job to remind us come back?
No, it's not. Actually, my job is for you to be
is that
here.
what it is? Big Mac was actually asking me, so how was it? Like watching the Knicks win a championship. He was trying to get into my soul to find out like how it all felt. And I was like, yeah, it wasn't, I didn't enjoy it. But Big Mac did a great job. Him and Craig did the post game and they did the halftime. And so there was a lot of WFAN action over the weekend as the Knicks brought home their first championship in 53 years. Incredible. Let's take some of your phone calls, and at the very end of the show, as tradition on Evan and Tiki, now that the finals are done, we will predict next year's NBA Finals. We did that last year. We were all wrong. No one picked Knicks Spurs, but we will try again. We make 2 finals predictions. We make the one the day after the finals ends, or in this case, 2 days after the finals ends, and then we do one on opening night. That's our tradition at Evan and Tiki, and so we will do that at the very end of the program. But let's talk to you guys, 888-808-1019. Let's go to Nesty in Brooklyn. What's up, Nesty?
What's up, Nessie?
Nesty, what's going on?
Yo.
You Jets fans, man. You Jets fans. Especially you, Evan, trying to shed light on the Jets today. This is not their day. Woody Johnson will never be fixed. He can't do what Dolan did. We can't use Dolan to help Woody. You know that.
All right. Thank you very much, Nesty. Thank you very much. This will be the
was he a Knicks fan?
Yeah, he's probably a Knicks Giants fan who's like, shut your mouth. Right. Get like, this is all about fandom. So, for example, I can tell you that at 2:00, Craig at some point would also agree with that and say, yeah, I can see if Dolan and the Knicks could win, why not Woody and the Jets?
Right.
Like, I'm sure he'll follow suit. But if you're a Giant fan, you spit at that. You're like, no, you're a loser. You're not us.
Right.
And right now we aren't you. But the hope is maybe someday they can be. Let's talk to Craig in Rumson, New Jersey. What's up, Craig?
Craig, what's up?
Gentlemen, how are you today?
Good.
Great to listen to you guys. Very excited. So I felt compelled to call in. I'm a longtime fan and been very lucky to be at some of the greatest New York sporting events of all time. I was at the 86 Mets Game 6, Buckner under his legs. I was at the Game 7 the next night. I was at the Garden when the Mateau goal against the Devils. When I thought that was the greatest game I've ever witnessed. I was there, the Game 7 against Vancouver. I was in Arizona and Indianapolis when the Giants beat New England.
Wow.
And I saw the Yankees win 3 World Series against Atlanta, the Mets and Shea.
So
and
which one was the
Philadelphia.
best? If you had to pick one of all the things you've seen, what was the best moment you've seen?
So the reason I'm calling is to say, of all those events, the greatest night of my life and the greatest event of all was Wednesday, Game 4 against San Antonio. I was there. It was the most incredible event. I was almost going to leave midway through the third quarter, and my daughters convinced me not to.
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah. You know who else said that was Jay Wright, who was on with Joe Beningo.
Yes.
Because his guys, they wanted him to come to the game. So he came to the game. He said it couldn't get anywhere close, so he had to walk through the crowd to get to the arena. And it was so bad, and he was just like, it's just not their night. He's like, I wanted to leave. Jay said this, but I knew I had to stay after to see the guys. And he said the beauty of it was that the Knicks fan never got down.
Right.
Even when they were getting destroyed.
It was the same in the Cleveland game that I was at, Game 1. There was this almost desperation to continue to cheer and be positive.
Right.
Hoping that something would change. The only game, the one thing about the David Tyree game, the Giants Super Bowl, is it's a neutral site, so maybe that'll take something away from it. The one game I just can't see Game 4 ever matching is Mets-Red Sox Game 6, 86, because you're about to be eliminated. Like you're an out away from losing.
Right. Game 4, it's like whatever.
Well, it's not whatever. It's just, okay, it's 2-2. It's a best of 3. We'll see what happens.
Right.
But that one to me, and that's why what I always say, and we'll put it on the calendar, have some fun with it, give it a year. June 15th, 2027, we'll bring up the conversation, and I think then you're a little bit more clear-eyed to say, all right, it's up there, but it doesn't pass this.
But that was the big improbable one. It's why it shouldn't have happened, and yet it did.
Alan is in New Hyde Park. What's up, Alan?
Alan, what's up, dude?
Hey, guy. How you doing? No, Sean, one comment to you. You should not be doing the Knicks advertisements for what you just did. You're too much. It should be somebody else, not you. No,
Thanks.
It shouldn't be you. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't. So anyway, guys, listen. Evan, I'm going to talk about you for a minute, but I'm going to tell you something. You know, I've seen 18 championships based on my chronological order. Evan and I, we root for all the opposite teams in New York. So I have the 18 championships. I will say this about the Knicks, because not to be repetitive. I think I told Mark yesterday, this may have been New York's greatest championship ever. Just an opinion. Now, Evan, since we do run on opposite sides of the spectrum in New York, I'm just going to give you my list. If your teams were to be in the championship, who I could actually watch to see if they won.
Okay.
That would be number one. I would watch the Jets.
Okay.
I would watch the Jets game.
Jets. Okay.
Yeah.
I would watch your Nets.
Everybody
I would
watches the Super
definitely
Bowl.
watch your Nets.
Nets, okay.
I would watch your Mets. I would do that. I did in '86. I would watch your Mets, and I did watch it in 2015. I didn't root. I would never, and I can't believe Sean did this. I would never watch the Islanders.
I think that says a lot about the rivalries in this town. Like some Yankee fan could say, you know what? We won a lot more than you. Fine, go Mets. Giants and Jets obviously don't have a history. It's been made very clear the Nets are just not on the Knicks level in terms of fandom or threats. And now that free agent superstars aren't walking through the door, you're not offended. But the Islander Ranger thing is a little bit like blood. You know? That one's a little bit different.
I think when we think back on the Giants 07, because he said this Knicks team is the most improbable. That's what he said, right?
I don't think it's the most improbable. If that's how we phrase it, I disagree with him. They always had a chance.
Yeah. Whereas that Giants team in 07, not only did Coach Coughlin almost get fired the year before, Eli was in his fourth year, right? So he was young still. You didn't know where they were going.
He threw 3 pick sixes on Thanksgiving.
Right. And then they're playing the greatest team in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, that's a more improbable championship.
That's improbable.
I think the most improbable of all time is probably the 69 Mets, but if we want to stay more recent, it's no doubt the 07 Giants. I think where this title is going to rank very, very high, and this is like a compliment to the Giants and Yankees, is that your fan bases weren't as desperate as this one.
No, that's true.
When you win in 07, you won in 86 and 90.
Right.
Like, yes, it's a drought, but it ain't a 53-year drought.
Right. Don't the Giants, they've had one in every decade, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The 10s,
80s,
the
10s.
Yeah, just not the 70s and 60s.
The 11, and now they need one in the 20s.
Right.
4 more years in Harbaugh's here. We're fine.
But I think that's something you can never take away.
No,
Much
I
like
agree.
the Giant run is always going to be the most impressive run of all time.
Yeah.
When you look at who they beat, where they beat them, and obviously the Patriots. 53 years is 53 years. All right, real quick, very important. What will the 2027 NBA Finals be? Do you mind if I start?
Go ahead.
The Oklahoma City Thunder will get back to the perch, and they will take on the Miami Heat. I'm going with a Thunder Heat NBA Finals.
He thinks Giannis going to Heat. Okay.
I'm going Pistons. Pistons versus Spurs.
So you got the Spurs going back there.
Pistons, Spurs.
By the way, so far, none of us picking the Knicks to get back. We're such haters. Sean Morash.
LeBron and the Cavs versus Luka and the Lakers.
Okay. There you go. So all three of us, we can't say the Knicks are repeating. None of us can do that.
No, it's the new way of the NBA.
By the way, that's the honest, non-trolling answer.
8 years, 8 different champions.
And not only that, when you get to the finals, you're not getting back the next year. Look at the Thunder. Like we are living in an era.
That was a little bit of circumstance because of the injuries, but
that's sports, man.
But that is sport, especially in the NBA. Guys get hurt easily.
I like how Sean followed the Eastern Conference Finals runner-up strategy that the Knicks succeeded in, which is that if you lose in the Eastern Conference Finals the following year, you come back and go to the NBA Finals. There's a reason that's not going to work in 2027, and that is James Harden.
And do you think that
who got arrested over the weekend?
Right. Do you think that LeBron James at 43 is going to be better than he was at 42?
Listen, I don't know what the NBA script will look like, but him in Cleveland closing out in the championship smells right.
That's a good prediction.
I mean,
it's a good prediction. There's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe it's Donovan Mitchell's time. Maybe.
Yeah, remember, LeBron's
do we even know what he wants to do, LeBron? Has he announced what his next
be a whore and get a lot of attention.
Of course.
That's what he wants
playing
to do.
Again.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I think if he was retiring, we would have known about it. I think he's one to probably do a retirement tour.
Well, maybe he's not a look at me. Maybe he just wanted to wait till after the NBA Finals and.
Are you serious?
And announce his retirement.
Is that a serious thought?
I mean, he might.
I will give LeBron James a ton of credit if all of a sudden, in the quiet of the after NBA Finals glow, he's just like, I'm out.
He doesn't want the rocking chairs and the massive opuses of bottles of wine.
Yeah, he doesn't want all that stuff because LeBron doesn't like attention. He's a very humble guy like Jalen Brunson. Again, congratulations to the Knicks fans out there. You can rewind on the Odyssey app if you missed any part of our program or check it out on YouTube. We got a lot tomorrow, including unveiling all of FAN's original Jalen Brunson opinions, which I've been working on for months. Coming up next, The Carton Show with Craig Carton and Big Mac. We'll see you and talk to you Tuesday at 10 a.m. Goodbye.
This is an Odyssey